everybody. Welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Friday, August 4th, 2023. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I am your host, as always, Brian Kruse. Hey, we're back again. Hopefully you can hear me better this time. Of course, like I said before, this week's been a shit show with audio, but I think we got it worked out. Talk some tech support because, you know, I do my best, but I am not the tech man. I try. But here we are on Friday, everybody. It's going to be a great Friday. Lots to talk about. And we're going big again today. It's been a while since we've done this, but we're going big. So the very first person here, of course, is my lovely co-host, Miss Sabrina Vittori. Sabrina, welcome back to the program. How you doing tonight? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Thank you for having me.
Doing great. How's your Friday been so far?
My Friday was actually quite lovely. I can't really complain.
Not at all? There's no complaints at all?
No, not today.
Not even,
rare.
not even a little bit? Not even a little bit? Huh?
Nope.
Oh, come on.
No, for the first time ever, I'm not complaining. It's shocking.
Well, welcome here. Thank you so much for being here as always. And also joining us here tonight. Okay. The man, he's usually here on a Wednesday, but not today. He's here. Sean Sutherland, everybody. Welcome back to Kruse Control. Sean, how you doing tonight? Happy Friday. Happy Drinking Friday.
Oh, my God. So happy to be here. Sorry. And, you know, to all my countless fans that couldn't see me Wednesday, glad to be here today. And cheers. There you
Cheers.
go. Cheers.
What you got there?
I'm drinking. It's called Whiskers on Kittens. And it's a Goes style ale. So, you know,
nice.
Yeah, I think why not? Love a little sour ale. Why not?
It sounds good to me. A little sponsorship right there for people out there. Check it out, everybody. Check it out. I love it. And also joining us here tonight, Sean. I don't know if you've been on the show with Lexi before. Have you? I'm not really sure. But Lexi Covill's back, actor, writer. And you should see her art because her art's fucking fantastic. Lexi, how you doing tonight? Welcome back to Kruse Control.
Thank you so much for having me back on Kruse Control. As the host of IPA Sessions, I am pleased to be back. You know my show is all about IPAs, mostly light piss beers. And you know that I love IPAs, and my favorite would be Pepsi Blue Ribbon because I drink piss beers mostly.
It's
and
called
so that's
PBR,
what my
say it right.
That's what my favorite thing.
The wrong person. That's Jacob. That is not Lexi.
I like to drink it with my catfish and my Cajun fries that I eat sloppily while I sit by the bayou while I host my show, IPA Sessions.
I'm so excited. You know, people need to check out your podcast because I've heard great things. I've actually been on it, and I really appreciate you interviewing me before. That was a lot of fun.
Me too. A lot of good time.
Yeah, check it out, everybody. Or you can check out Cinema d'Amore, which Lexi is also very much involved with. Huge like show. It's amazing. Check it out because Lexi does a fantastic job, and you'll love it alive. You check it out. But Cinema d'Amore, or once in a while, my IPA Sessions because that's also one of her things, right?
It's true. Actually, we were just on IPA Sessions. Funny enough, so you can check that out.
There you go. You see her on there. Or maybe maybe the real host, I should say. The real host of IPA Sessions is the man himself, Jacob Rolland. Jacob, welcome back to Kruse Control. How you doing tonight?
Hey guys. Lexi, you're a bitch and I love you. It's not, you don't say the full name, by the way. It's just PBR. That's all. Come on now. If you're gonna imitate, you gotta imitate it right. No, it's awesome being here. Thanks for plugging my show. IPA Sessions is wonderful. It's not about beer. It's about independent artists. It's amazing. Yeah. Go check it out. New episodes every 2 weeks. In fact, this coming up Friday, there will be a new session dropped.
Nice. Everybody needs to check it out because it's a lot of fun. And honestly, he's got some great people on there all the time. So you'll learn a lot about the industry. You'll meet some good people and you'll have some fun time listening to it. So check it out, everybody.
And
thank you all for being here.
IPA supports the strike. Just letting it know. We support the strike.
I think that the thing is, that's great because a lot of people, like we talked about Stephen Amell just the other day where, he's not supporting it, but then he is supporting it, Get out there and support. Universal had a huge strike picketing situation today. It was awesome. Went down there. it was insane, like 1,000 people or something like that, like blocking the streets. Like people are really trying to get out there and spread the word and get this done. Of course, WGA was meeting with the AMPTP today, and we'll see what happens from there. And it doesn't sound like some an easy road anywhere, but it's really affecting this town. And hopefully they get through this. We all get back to work. We have to. Eventually, they gotta give. They gotta give. They don't give, their assholes, but they gotta give eventually, right?
I got to go down and march in it. That was nice. I was down when I was down there last weekend, so I gave my support. That was cool.
Ooh, nice. Well, everybody's drinking here, right? I just want to make sure everybody's drinking here.
Yes.
Okay, let's take a drink. All right, everybody. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Here we go.
Just wanted to be known. I'm actually drinking a Hawaiian beer tonight. I'm trying to have a little class for Lexi.
Oh, nice.
No redneck beer tonight.
I'm drinking some sort of alcoholic monster. I have no.
I was gonna say I thought that was a full monster.
No.
All right.
Yeah, Jack and Coke.
It tastes like piss. It's wonderful.
Oh, that sounds great.
Okay. Learning something new about Lexi tonight. Yeah, there we go.
When I'm done, I have more alcohol for something else, though. So.
Okay.
I like the mystery behind that statement.
I'll be drinking Jack and Coke all night. But aside from that, everybody, we have some breaking news. Let's get it. All right, the very first thing that I want to dive right into is, well, I want to talk about James Wan for a second, because James Wan, the director of Aquaman and Aquaman 2, apparently was rushed to the hospital. And this happened yesterday. Apparently he's okay, but this just kind of came out. But he was rushed to Cedars-Sinai here in Los Angeles. And he sent a little tweet out, and he talked about, he said it's been extremely rough and scary couple days and nights. And he said he woke up in the middle of the night and rushed to the hospital. It's definitely something you never want to happen, but they got a great staff there taking care of him and helping him recover. Now, they haven't really said what happened to him yet. Of course, it's too early. They're not going to really announce it. And they might not announce it. Look what happened with Jamie Foxx. They never really say anything about it. But, all you can do is hope he'll be okay. And of course, he's putting it out there being like, hey, if you're worried about me, I'm recovering and I'll be back kicking some ass. And of course, Aquaman 2 drops in it's December. So he needs to be able to come back and do that. So yeah, and we'll at least be the premiere and support, and hopefully we're back working too. It's just really sad to see this though. Hopefully the man will be okay.
I'm just glad he didn't actually join the Conjuring universe for real. That would have been sad.
So that would not have been good.
So are things spooky for James Wan?
They were very scary.
I don't know. It's just one of those things. I mean, and even Aquaman 2, I feel from this great job directing, but then Aquaman 2 is gonna be a throwaway. We're gonna talk about some Gal Gadot later, but it's not gonna really go anywhere. Sean, it's not gonna go anywhere, right? This is it for this universe. So why? I mean, is it even gonna make money?
Honestly, and I don't want to, steal the thunder from the Gal Gadot stuff later, but I don't know. I mean, it seems like there's some things that are gonna survive the coming Gunniverse, if you will. And I don't know. I don't think Aquaman 2 is going to lead to an Aquaman 3. I'm hoping that we'll get some better stories being played here. But yeah, obviously feel for the Wan family and hope he's recovering well.
Yeah, I hope so too. It's really it's a lot, and you never want to hear this happening. And I hope for the best. Kruse Control is putting our hopes and our prayers out for him, and hopefully he recovers fast and gets back to work. Because one person that I'm not putting that out for is David Zaslov. I'm not going to do that because David Zaslov's kind of a jackass. I'm just saying, fucking overpaid jackass. But whatever.
Of jackass, just look up David Zaslov.
Yeah, just taking $20 million, being like, I own Discovery, I own Warner Brothers, I got everything, I'm the fucking man. But Zaslov came out recently talking about, their Q2 earnings and pretty much made a statement about how, they've made close to $100 million because the actors are striking and the writers are striking because they're not paying these wages. And they're collecting money because Barbie did so great, huge Warner Brothers thing. So it's they're just kind of making money off this. And, he did say some nice things though, too, but he did say, he's hoping they get back to work. He says, everybody, the writers, the directors, the actors, the producers, everyone needs to be fairly compensated and feel valued and feel that they're compensated in order to do their best work. But then, he's the person that's not paying them. So it's you're kind of contradicting yourself. You're one of the main people.
Nice things. He said the right things in front of the camera in the moment that are necessary to make them look
something
good.
And doing nothing is the same fucking thing.
Was
Right.
that
Yeah.
before or after he said that they saved $100 million because of the strike?
It was after.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But it's funny how they're not talking about the billions of dollars they're already losing.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
He's a
Don't care.
fat, rich asshole who owns a bunch of art, who doesn't know anything about art and sees it as a monetary asset and is wasting people's time with it. And he's wasting people's art and he just is throwing it away. And that's what we're at. And he doesn't know how to compensate artists because he doesn't understand what art is. And he's just monetizing it. And that's all it is to him. It's a product. So it's a waste of his time to see it as anything other than that. And it's not the right person to have that. So it's nice that
really
these
not.
people are always in charge of this shit.
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
It's just for me though. It's like Lexi taking this $20 million raise, right, and then being like, oh, we gotta pay them fairly, but you're not actually paying them fairly. Do you think that he's actually gonna give? Do you think he gives some of his money and actually give it to the actors and the writers so that they can have a working wage?
He doesn't give his money to anybody.
Yeah.
He gives it to fake charities that keep that money for themselves. That's what he does.
It's true.
Yep.
It's true. He's
I
chilling
give
his
my
fucking
money to
sunglasses.
carbon credits because those are going to help the planet by not helping the planet.
Or tax write-off completely fully filmed completed films.
I'm going to finish this movie and then burn it.
Yeah. No one can have it.
Someone will get some tax credits from it if I burn it, right? Yeah, let's just do it. It's like, when you buy a store and then instead of running the store, you set the store on fire and you get the money from it, right?
Zaslov
We've
is
been
to
doing that.
cinema. Zaslov is to cinema what Vince McMahon is to wrestling. That's the best way to put it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows
boy.
what skeletons are in those closets?
Harsh.
So Jacob, do you think
A lot
that
of CTE.
he won't actually put anything out there to help this strike end? Do you think it's all bullshit
God,
words,
no.
or do you
Yeah, it's
think
bullshit
that he's
words.
gonna actually do something? You think he'll do
Yeah.
something at all?
I mean, who says one thing while doing an underhand fucking comment at the same time? Like, oh, I really hope we get back to work. We all need work. Everyone's got to have a support system. By the way, even without the work, we still made money. Go fuck yourselves. Like, that's all I heard. That's all I fucking heard.
That's all I heard too.
It's
Like, whatever, fuck you guys.
Yeah. But you know what? Fuck it. Coming in September, I'll be very happy if there is work. I'll be happy if the work comes sooner. Until then, I'll do what I got to do to get through. And I'm just going to make my own projects. And then once, Hollywood decides to start making shit again, I'll go and get my rent money.
Yeah, and he was pretty much saying that they should be done by September, but if they're not, they're going to probably make even more if it goes till the end of the year. So he's not too worried about it. So, Sabrina, what do you think about this? Do you think that this is a jackass maneuver on his part, or do you think that he's being legit to the writers and the actors and he cares about us and all that jazz?
Talk about anybody but himself and his wallet. I've said this a million times about this prick, and I think it's stupid. You don't say great picture. You don't say like in one breath, fuck you guys, great job striking. We still made a shit ton of money. We
Exactly.
actually saved money. And then they're like, but however, even though we saved money, we really want to make art. We want to do this. We want to do that. We want everyone to come to an agreement. It's bullshit. He's an asshole. And just the mere fact of him saying those things in succession like that and thinking that no one's going to notice shows the world what high regard he treats the people who listen to what the fuck he's saying to. He thinks we're all fucking morons. So kindly go fuck yourself, sir. Thank you.
I think so too. He doesn't give a fuck. Right, Sean? He doesn't give a fuck. He's like, I got my money. I got my $20 million dollar. I'm good to go.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, go for it,
Put my
Lexi.
hand-
There are no rules.
There's no rules. It's Friday. It's Friday. Get in there.
Wait, really quickly. There is one rule. Justin just asked us to drink a minute ago. Everybody take a drink.
Okay.
All right. I gotta re-up already. I've already dropped.
The floor is yours.
Get in there.
Do you think, genuinely, that, if they decided to, say, fuck all of you, we're not going to make any more content. And, from this day forward, whatever content gets made, we'd have to make ourselves, just on our own, no studios, no backing, any of that kind of stuff. And everything that exists out in the world now is what they have. And they just take that and they just go, here's everything that exists. We're just going to monetize it. And that's what the world gets from now on. Do you think that there's enough content that exists already that they could profit from it for the next 30, 40 years?
Not 30, 40 years, but I know they said they're going to be good for probably a year, and that's what he was kind of saying too. The end of the year is fine, but they were also breaking down like if it goes beyond that, of course, next year it's really going to be starting to hurt them.
But
I don't even
mean new content. I mean, like if you like look at the catalog of pre-existing old content as well. Like if you go, hey, here's everything, here's all of it, like. Because they withhold so much of it from us too. Like, hey, we're not going to give you this.
That's why I buy box sets.
Like Disney, like let's say like Disney like says tomorrow, like fuck all of you, we're not going to make any more content. But guess what? We got the key to the vault, right? And we can still like withhold and then give, right? Do you think that they have enough power with just that vault that Disney could like content hold us like for over 10 years, 15 years, like? That they would never have to release content, that they could do that to us?
I think it's a different audience now, expecting new ideas, new IPs, whatever. Like it's not the same question that we probably could have asked 5-10 years ago when the true Disney Vault. I mean, I used to see those ads all the damn time. Like, this is the last chance for you to buy 101 Dalmatians. Oh shit!
But if you never saw it, it's new content, right? Like, as someone like with my podcast, like every time I'm given like movies from the 40s and 30s and stuff like that, that's all new content to me on so often, like because I've never watched it, or like so much of like my co-hosts give me new things. Like, there's so much content out there. There's no way I could have possibly seen it all. So like, there's always the ability to find something new, and every time I find something new, it's always like such a new, refreshing experience. There's so much stuff out there, like. Spending years ignoring giallo films in horror and being a horror person, and then like all of a sudden, and like in my mid-30s, going, I'm going to delve into giallo, and having like 5 years to be able to watch giallo films, like because there's so much of it. Like I just was like taking my time with it.
Too
and
much.
It was like. It was a whole new experience for me, right? Like because I never had that experience. That was like almost a whole new world of horror for me. So like I'm asking, like, do you think like that's a possibility that they could do to you, like? Or do you think that I'm just someone who's like able to have that experience, and that you think that people are so closed-minded that they have to have new now, and that they're not able to go back and have those old experiences? Because like, I think like when you look at some things, like if you look at something like Snow White's so beautiful as a film that I think like it surpasses the time period that it came from, that you could give that to anybody and that's a beautiful film, right? Or something like that. So why does that necessarily?
They're remaking Snow White. They're doing that already. They don't care. They remake everything. They just make
live action.
Like,
I have a
beautiful
question.
films are gone, Lexi.
I have a question.
like-
What's the difference between that possibility, that reality, and the reality of when we do come back to filming? Because we're just going to be remaking all this shit that you're talking about them putting out there. So I mean,
There's
it's a
that too.
lose either way.
That's all it is.
And what you're talking about, I almost would rather be like, you know what, cancel it all and just give me the whole
What's
shit.
already there. Yeah, don't
Start
ruin a
over.
good thing.
And then with what I said, you and I and whatever, we just go out and make our own shit, make our own independent films, and let independent films flourish on their own and kind of create their own market that exists outside of all of the studios that doesn't have any whatever.
That is exactly how the studios in California started.
The studios will not let that happen.
I like this world. Let's do this world. Let's not go back to work.
That's exactly how the studios started anyway. That's the history behind cinema. I mean, the reason why we have the big Hollywood studios out here in California is because they were fighting against fucking what's the asshole Edison that like was just making cat movies.
Oh yeah,
and lo and behold, we got cat movies.
Edison's
again.
a piece of shit. Fuck him.
Well, you know what? That's what happens. So they find whatever works and they stick to it and they keep throwing it at the wall because they're like, we love doing this. This sells. And there's something else though, because Lexi, I know you have that world. You love that world. But unfortunately, in this entertainment world, they tell us to go fuck ourselves all the time. And they make new things like a World War Z series, which is the same thing we've already had, but that's what happens. But Brad Pitt is producing a World War Z series for Apple TV Plus.
Does that movie even do good?
It did. It did all right. I mean, so it was a $190 million budget, and it made $540 million.
I just have one thing to say. I saw that they're doing this, and I was like, "Oh, cool! They actually do it like the books." And then I saw that it's just a continuation from the movie, and I was like, "I'm good." So we can move on to the next topic now. That's it. That's what's happening.
Yeah, I agree with Jake.
I like
total shit.
Brad Pitt in this, so I like Brad Pitt. But
total
overall,
shit.
like, they didn't do it. They were supposed to
if
do it.
they-
They were actually.
If they could have at least followed the books, then it would have been cool. But like the fact that they're okay, like if they're like, okay, we're gonna give you a TV series, I'm like, okay, we're gonna try this again. Then you're gonna follow the books, right? Oh, you're not gonna follow the books, so we're not gonna get the fucking like anything from the books. We're gonna get that like awesome battle on the Indian Road, or we're not gonna get the underwater like welder stories, or we're not gonna. Oh fuck it! Like I'm so done. I'm so fucking the Battle of Yonkers. We're never gonna get the Battle of Yonkers. Like what the fuck? Like I would love at least one of the fucking Battle of Yonkers. Like that would be like the bare minimum. I'm like you guys are such failures. And it's like everything that they did with it, it's like it could have been a big giant international story that could have brought like all these like different like, you know, races and religions and all this stuff.
Well, I mean, we gotta give him a chance, though. We gotta give him a chance. Let me break this down a little bit. So everybody out there, so everybody kind of knows what's happening. But so the 2013 action movie, of course, with Brad Pitt is coming back. I know action or horror movies, more action movie, blockbuster. But Brad Pitt's producing this for Apple TV Plus, and you know, of course, like Lexi said, it's based off the 2006 Max Brooks novel World War Z: An Oral History of the Zombie War. And you know, at the very end, they had that vaccine. If you know, the vaccine, they can't see you. And so they're saying right now it's probably be a continuation, but they're being very vague about this as well, because whether it has Brad Pitt starring in it again, they haven't said exactly. He is producing, but I would think that he would probably be continuing, especially like Apple TV is always doing this. They're like bringing big names in and they're making huge shows off this. So I would think that's what they'd be doing, but I'm not really sure yet. But World War Z as a series, maybe they should have done a series from the get-go, but back when they made it was only a TV, it was only movies. You know, that's what it was. It was a movie world. Sean, what do you think? Do you think that this will work as a series, or would you want them to do a sequel? Because Fincher almost did a sequel apparently, but then they canceled it. So it almost happened.
For good reason.
Yeah, I don't want a sequel to the movie. I'm totally with my other panelists here that the book was just, you know, what you really wanted, I would say, in an adaptation. That book, you know, could be amazing as a TV series, especially if they're just taking the chapters, you're following the characters, and it's sequential, so the timeline kind of makes sense. Like, there's just so many nice tidbits in that book. And, you know, aside from the title, I'm having trouble remembering what else it really ties it to the book itself. I guess, you know, the fact that they showed different cultures.
Zombies.
And okay, yes, zombies, yes. I forgot about the zombies in World War Z. Yeah, my apologies.
There are viruses and zombies.
Yeah,
That's about it.
I would love to see
mounds.
an adaptation. Yeah,
There are people
Human
getting bit
anthills.
by it. Yeah, there are. Yeah.
yeah.
But you think that Brad Pitt's going to star in this, though, Sean, or do you think that he's just going to produce it and, you know, be like in that role?
I don't see what other life his character could have. It has been several years that I forced myself and punished myself to watch this movie. But from what I can remember, I think things kind of wrap themselves up for him and his storyline. I don't really know where else you would want to go with that. I'm all for it. I love zombie content. I just finished the George Romero book, The Living Dead, which was fantastic. Highly recommended that if you watched or if you read World War Z, I should say. But yeah, I'm a big zombie guy, so if they do it justice, fine. If it's a continuation of the world that they already built in the movie, it's probably going to be a pass for me.
Well, hold on. Did you say Fincher was supposed to do the sequel?
Fincher was supposed to do the sequel, yeah. Apparently, then they canceled it.
I'll be honest.
Which makes sense for the two of them with Brad Pitt.
If Fincher's doing
don't
it,
get excited.
No.
The sequel was going to be How to Survive the Zombie Apocalypse.
I
which
don't
isn't even
care.
related to World War Z. It's just written by the same author.
It's Fincher.
Fincher is
It
a
would
tough
have been. They
director
would have
to
called it
work
World
with,
War
but
Z too, but it would have. Been
I don't care. Anything he touches is gold. He's fantastic.
He's a tough guy to work for, but he does do a great job. He's studying every frame, every shot. He wants to make sure it's perfect. Like I said before, I've worked on Mank. When I worked on Mank, it was like I remember I was just setting a shot up, and I was like working with the DP about putting a fly swatter down, and I didn't know he's fucking watching that shit. And he's like, okay, go down, up, down. I hear down, 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 slap, and I'm like, oh shit, and I slapped it. Thank you. And I was like, oh, that's fucking intense, you know. But that's Fincher, and he's just like, he's always looking at every aspect. Then you'll meet him off set, and he'll be like, hey, man, how you doing? So happy to see you today. You're doing a great job. You're like, you just screamed at me, but it's cool.
That's amazing.
But he's just intense. But his stuff is so specific. He has the whole thing edited in his brain right. I think it could have been good, but this is a whole different thing.
The cinematography would have been fucking spectacular.
It would have been great. It would have been great,
Spectacular. and he would have got Atticus Ross and like Trent Reznor to the soundtrack.
It would have taken a year and a half to shoot.
It would have taken a long time.
It would have
taken 5 years. 5 years to shoot.
Like 174 takes of that stunt sequence. Like, are you kidding? It would be very, very difficult.
I mean, yeah, he would shoot for a long time. I mean, he would rehearse for a little bit of time, then he would shoot for we'd do a setup for 45 minutes on that Mank, and then they shoot it for 4 hours, one setup. So it was like, what's happening? But I'd be like, I guess I'm gonna go take a shit and walk it off and come back. So I got plenty of time.
David Fincher can scream at me all fucking day.
Here's the thing. It would have been a better movie, and even as a movie by Fincher,
I'm sorry, Brian.
It would have had less zombies in it, and it still would have been better. It probably had 2 fucking zombies the entire movie, and it would still be better than World War.
At least you get to say that Brian Fincher screamed at you.
He did scream at me quite a bit.
That's something to say.
So Jacob, you would watch a series like this, or do you not want this to happen?
I already said move on. I'm ready for the next topic.
Ready for the next topic. He's had enough. Yeah,
you know what?
Had enough. Okay.
I actually
okay. You know what? Okay. All right. Yes.
Disappointment.
But somebody else that people can't move on from is Jonathan Majors, because Jonathan Majors is back in the news again about his domestic abuse trial, and they actually went to court. So it went to court, but now it's been delayed. It's been delayed until September 6th. And they're saying because the prosecution was not ready because they're still obtaining discovery evidence. Now, this is there's people online. This is driving this. People online are like, oh, this means it's a good thing for him. Is it a good thing? Because there's more women coming forward saying that he abused them. And that's why they didn't have all the evidence there yet, because more and more women are coming forward. So is that a good thing? I see all these people online, and I love my nerd nation out there. I love them all. But they're all like, oh, he was in the making of Ant-Man, so he must be Kang still. Oh, shit. He showed him for 2.5 seconds in the Loki trailer, so he must be fucking Kang still. Oh, yeah. But I mean, people, you guys are idiots. There's a strike going right now. They're not going to do any kind of casting news right now. And this is still lingering. And if there's that many women coming forward, I have no idea. He might be innocent. But if there's that many women, they're not going to say shit. Marvel's not going to say shit. They're going to wait this out. It's not happening until September now. They're loving it because the strikes have nothing even to fucking address it, because they don't have to. But once the strike's done, then they have to address it. And they're not going to say shit. They're going to Sleeper Cell put out that documentary, and they thought nobody was saying anything, and all the geeks went nuts. I get it. But I would never say, oh, he's Kang for sure, because it's not going to know for sure until they actually address it completely in the open after the strike is done. But until then, they're not going to say exactly what's happening. And so for me, I'm like, calm down, take a minute, breathe. All right. We have to get through this trial first, and we'll see what happens, because I still want Denzel. I want Denzel. I know he was up for Galactus, and he said no. I know that happened. He said no because he wanted more FaceTime, right? But this is a bigger FaceTime thing for me, man. Give me some fucking Kang Denzel. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. Sabrina, what do you think about this? Do you think that this trial means the world for his career? Or I mean, do you think about what they're saying right now for him means the world? Oh yeah, he's Kang for sure. Or do you think they're going to wait it out and see what happens in the actual court system and play that by ear?
I'm sure they're gonna play it by ear. I don't have a camera, so I'm gonna reset so you can go to somebody else. But I don't. He's probably. I mean, they shot.
Little technical difficulties here still.
Shot Loki. And they paid to shoot Loki, and Loki's done. So I'm sure whatever he's in there, he's gonna be in there. I don't know if they're gonna move forward with them. That's my personal opinion.
But his girlfriend came to court with him. She's supporting him.
His new girlfriend, not the girlfriend to be.
Yes, his new girlfriend.
Allegedly.
Yep, allegedly coming to court with him. And you think
allegedly his new girlfriend?
No, allegedly. He allegedly be.
Yeah, not her. It's just, I just think that people go nuts, Sabrina, and it drives me crazy that people jump. It's like that was an Office Space. It's a game where you jump to conclusions. And I think that you should take a second and think about what you're saying before you get in there, because I already spilled my drink, everybody. We have to drink. Everybody drink. Drink right now. Drink right now.
Also, pay attention to the fact that the reason why they postponed the trial is because more women have come forward, and they need more time to go through their statements and collect evidence and do all
discovery. It's huge. It's huge.
I don't really think it's a good sign. It seems like it's not a great sign, to be perfectly honest.
I don't think it is. What do you think, Jacob? Do you think this is good for Jonathan Majors? Do you think he's Kang forever, Kang for life? Or do you think that, people need to calm the fuck down?
everyone needs to calm the fuck down. This motherfucker showed up to court with his girlfriend and a Bible. Fucking
And a Bible. You're right, a Bible.
That's fucking Amber Heard shit right there. Like, come on.
A Bible, his notebook. He's, that's the weird
and
thing
I'll
to bring a
reserve my
Bible.
judgment till the whole court and discovery and we know more. But as of right now, the fact that to me, it looks like he's just playing and acting, it doesn't show anything. Like, all right. And I haven't, seen many of his films other than Kang. Is he really that great? Is he really worth keeping around?
I mean,
he was pretty fucking good in Quantumania. Which
Quantumania.
What?
That's the only thing I've seen him in though. Like, is one film great? You were great. A lot of people.
I never heard of Ant-Man.
He was great in Loki as well.
It's called Lovecraft. He was in that Lovecraft series.
Yeah.
I think
shit!
That's
the guy from
There was that one where
he's the lead man from Lovecraft.
Another.
Yeah.
He was also in another movie that's very widely acclaimed. It was like he and his brother set in San Francisco. I can't remember the name of it, but it was also really good.
All right. Well, you know what? I guess we'll just wait and see what Discovery has to bring because he was good.
Sure if you're a great actor. Kevin Spacey's a great actor. He's also fucking doing things that he shouldn't do. So it doesn't really matter if you're a great actor or not.
Not an actual dick shit, but he's so good at acting. How is he sucking when he shows up to court? Like, who are you playing to? Who's the audience he's playing to? His new girlfriend and a Bible? What is he in the South amongst the white people? Like,
that's I know. Sean, you were just coming after Jacob. So what do you think? Do you think that they should calm down? You think he's still gonna be Kang? What do you think about this?
Thank you, Justin.
Honestly,
San Francisco, it's called. Sorry, Sean.
Yes. No. I was gonna say that was a fantastic film as well with him. But no, like you can't tell a populist or the nerd herd to calm down because there's not anything else coming out right now. All we can do is speculate until our fucking dicks fall off. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what do you want to do? So like, yeah, no, we'll think about it. We'll talk about it. I mean, Disney's gotta probably not feel great about, the September court date now is, even closer to that Loki season 2 premiere date. It's just not, it's
and he's in it.
What a great, and he's absolutely in it. We saw him as the teaser for Loki. So I'm not looking at the picture that you put up next to me.
What? Blue Gatorade being strewn out of the house.
But he looks like he wants you.
Hey,
it's becoming a thing when Sean talks about Jonathan Majors. He's shirtless, so I'm just letting it roll. It's happened multiple times.
Take it easy,
you're
John.
Calm down, John.
If you
Calm down,
look
John.
over, it looks like you guys are looking at each other, and it's like he's shirtless and he's looking at you, and you're like, oh.
Yeah,
there you go. That's
see,
good.
I'm an actor.
That's beautiful.
No, we got nothing else. We got nothing else to talk about. We'll talk about Jonathan Majors. Is he or isn't he Kang for as long as we have breath?
As the world goes around,
Jonathan Majors' disappointment.
Oh, geez.
Lexi, do you?
Are we drinking
How long
Puns tonight?
were you holding on?
Is that
Yeah, you were
drink?
fucking holding on to that one. That was fucking good. Major's disappointment. My God.
Yeah, that was good.
Lexi, do you think that people are going nuts about this? So do you think people need to calm down, or do you think that he'll be fine and dandy and this stuff that's been coming out means he's still Kang for life?
I think if he wasn't in their Marvel shit, that it wouldn't fucking matter to them, and that's what really matters.
100%.
The fanboys are afraid of their shit being disrupted, and they don't want their masturbatory materials being touched.
What are they afraid of? The
They're
movies
scared
suck
of.
ass. Everything that they've made since the Avengers is just sucked. It's just flopped.
That's
garbage. Like,
that's your opinion.
I'm sorry.
And
right.
there are a lot of
Here's my opinion.
males out there that are very sad about what you just said.
Well, you know what? They can join my bandwagon. I'll see you at the DC universe. And I don't even like DC, but I love James Gunn. And I've taken this conversation back to James Gunn because
this is the same thing that happens every time there's a major franchise with a male star in it that people have latched onto that has done something abusive, and they're like, oh no. And it's the same thing with Flash, same thing with Ever. It's the same shit we're dealing with. It's like the Flash is all this abusive stuff.
Listen,
but he did a really good job in this movie.
It's easier to forgive because we can change. We just need.
We can change. You can change. We can change. We can all change. Yeah. I don't know.
To be clear, I was just being a dick. To be clear,
It's just one of those things.
We
it's
knew.
like it's another
We
one
knew.
of those. It's like he's gonna.
I just.
At some
But
point,
as
he's
we're
gonna stand
talking
up on
about
top
it,
of his limousine and dance around and grab his crotch, and everybody's gonna be applauding. Just like Michael Jackson.
And he's
not
fucking Sam Jackson.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
I loves me some Sam Jackson, and Marvel loves him some Sam Jackson.
Did you say Sam? Did you say Michael Jackson?
I said
I said
Michael
some Sam
Jackson.
Jackson.
Oh,
I said Sam Jackson.
Back
Look,
when you
I
remember
got
when
Sam Jackson on
in
the
the Michael
brain,
Jackson
everybody.
trial when he was dancing on his car after being accused of being a
Mhm.
pedophile. That's the same shit. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those sort of things. It's
at
like
least he didn't show up to court. With
or the R.
Bible.
Kelly stuff where there's piles of people
That
standing outside.
Bible thing was nuts. I saw that.
It's like how many years was R. Kelly accused of being an abusive, pedophilic, garbage? person?
No
That
longer
shit went all the way
accused,
back to-
convicted.
But like, how many years do we have
Convicted,
to
yeah.
listen to that shit while people sat around and it's like people get accused of stuff, and we have to spend the better part of like 20, 30 years going, but did he? And then it's like, oh yeah, I guess he did. It's like, how long does it take before you listen to the accusers? It's like, yeah, but I really liked, that song, and I really like that movie, and I really like that whatever. And it's like, that's something you have to work through. It's like, that's the thing, like as a trans person, that's something I have to work through every day. Like I talk about, like with Jacob's someone I talk to like every day. And every day I'm like, Jacob, guess who's disappointing us today?
It always breaks my heart.
And it's like, it's hard because it's like
in humanity.
There's always like a person that like was really influential on me growing up, and then it's like, if they fucking hate you now because you're trans, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing. Like it's just it just is what it is. You just kind of like have to accept that like a little bit more every day. People hate you just for like the choices that you make in your life, and it's like.
That's the key word. The choices that you fucking make in your life. What the fuck do we care what they think? Fuck them. It's your choice.
But I mean, like, life. It's like,
why does anyone gonna get involved in my shit?
And that's just a small thing that I have to deal with on a larger level. Like, imagine like what the victims of sexual assaults have to deal with when the person who has done that to them is, imagine what the victims of that asshole senator had to sit there and listen to him sit there drunkenly on the trial, like fucking defend himself and then get fucking Supreme Court seat.
Yeah.
And then take Roe v. Wade away from women after he sexually assaulted a woman. It's like, this is the shit that like people have
she
to,
was
like,
in college.
watch.
She
It's
was
like,
going out that night to a party. She knew she. That's what they always say.
But it's like my shit's nothing in comparison to what they're dealing with.
I think we all need to drink.
It's incredibly frustrating. And it's like it's dark.
So this is
I think
a
we all need to
Friday
drink.
show, huh? All right.
I think we all need to drink.
We're too angry today. What the fuck is with these topics you found this week? What the hell is going on?
I made a very
angry.
strange drink that consists of NOS energy drink and
tequila.
No.
Very angry.
Sake.
I'm popping a drink.
Oh,
I'm making a new drink. Everybody, if you're watching right now, everybody, chat wise, if you got yourself a Friday night like we do, have yourself a drink. Take a cheers to us.
Yeah.
Slap
Drink up Justin.
Pokey
Drink
Stick,
up Ty.
and have a good night.
I have to say that's actually pretty tasty.
There we go. Bam. But Jonathan Majors is a whole thing. And here's my thing about it, too.
Jonathan Majors' disappointment.
But people are talking about Loki a lot. And we're talking about Loki. We've been want to talk about Loki for a while, but Jonathan Majors, maybe he popped up in the trailer and everyone's like, well, he's king forever. But that leads me to the new Loki trailer. And I need to talk about this because this is something that just dropped this week. And everyone's talking about the Loki trailer because, of course, for Marvel, it's their next big show. Secret Invasion was abysmal compared to like they've been doing recently. The Rotten Tomato score sucked. People are like really trashing it, saying Marvel's losing their shit. So Loki needs to be good. And Loki season 1 was its own beast. Like people were still like, what is this? Like, but it did great though. And so that's why I came back. I love that first season. I thought it was great. It's different. Loki, I love Tom Hiddleston in this part. And I think if you watch this trailer, which we're going to watch together in a second, but if you watch this trailer, you'll know that it's fucking fun. It's fun. It's crazy. It's weird. And of course, Jonathan Majors effect too. Right here, there's a picture from the trailer, but like, they don't really showcase him. Who knows how much he's actually in it? I heard rumors that he's actually just going to be a small part about relating back to what it was before. before he was like changing everything. And then really, I heard Sylvie's going to be the big villain of this season. That's a rumor coming up. But let's watch the Secret Invasion trailer together. Now, my guests probably can't hear, but we watched it beforehand. Let's watch it together and see what we think together about Loki season 2.
For the record, I can't see a trailer.
Obi,
He is so good.
Hello?
You can't see it?
I can.
I could see it.
we have a little
You're
bit
crazy.
of a situation we wanted to run by you.
Tobias, wow. Great to see you again.
Great addition to the cast.
He's so fucking good. He's so
Okay.
fucking good.
So there's a good YouTube channel I follow. I mentioned
you know
before,
that?
Screen Crush.
You've seen
Most
that.
of
great.
them.
Can you fix that?
They
No?
had these time slippages
impossible to time
things.
slip
Loki,
into
they were
TVA.
comparing
I
it
know, but
to
we just saw it
what was
happen.
going on with Paul Rudd's Ant-Man in Quantumania, how like he was kind of unraveling and
Yeah.
becoming.
I've been
And I think they nailed it. I
pulled
think
through
that's
time
exactly what's going on here.
between
It's like this
the past and the
probability
present.
matrix
Hello?
or whatever going on with Loki, and he's
If what I saw is true,
slipping
We're showing
away.
like this whole past thing is like,
there's nothing that stands
it's
between
like
this
they're
world
talking about how
after
maybe it's
destruction.
before
Only one way
everything,
to
so we have a
find
new
out.
reference of like
What?
where it started.
Good old-fashioned
Yeah, I
brain
think
work.
this is more like we saw a
Listen,
lot
you're
of the
different
future.
style. You're
We
a man
saw
of
a
action, which is
disparate kind of
fine.
timeline
I take a
in
more
the
slow,
first
deliberate,
season,
cerebral
and I think this
approach.
season is going to be
It's
more.
really
Oh
good.
hell yeah! Who doesn't want a good thing of key lime pie? I just polished off a bun cake and I want that pie. But
Look at
like,
Owen Wilson
up to
fucking
us.
killing it.
yeah, Owen Wilson looks great. Sylvie
Save
looks
Save
great.
this place.
Is this
Probably the smartest thing Marvel's written
You
in a
think?
long time. Because it makes sense for those
Whatever we do,
characters he's got in there. So
we're playing
why not
God.
have him be the reason behind Quantumania?
We are gods.
Fuckery of the timeline. So, good for you, Marvel. I'm actually might invest in Mark Wilson.
It looks good. And here's Jonathan Majors
how do you
for
choose?
2 shots in the trailer. That's it. 2 shots.
Because
Believe
mostly
me.
Jacob I
Who
lost
dies?
interest after like 5 episodes.
Make the hard choice.
It's,
What, Loki?
I've given up on using
Loki was great.
War is
Secret Invasion was a fucking
I only say that to
terrible
him
time.
because like he did not have
Always have been. Always will be.
How about you don't lose the season?
You watch season 1, Jacob?
you, Jacob, you have to watch season
Just
1.
watch
You
season
watch
one.
season 1, Jacob.
Quit
There's
being
no
a
way.
bitch.
You have to. That's just way too confusing.
I can't hear anything that anyone just said. Neither can anyone else. Like you can't hear the sound on the trailer, but the sound is there. So like in my ear is a super loud trailer, and then like rumblings of people talking underneath. I have no idea what anyone just said. Literally,
Oh.
not a fucking clue what anyone just said.
Sabrina, you're doing great. You look
basically-
lovely.
is
It's a
the
great
trailer-
episode for you.
Is the trailer over?
Yeah.
Trailer's done.
We were just talking about how I've never seen Loki. They were just giving me shit for never seeing Loki.
Loki season 1 was a lot of fun. And old Loki was still my favorite. Or Gator
Oh, yeah.
Loki is fucking awesome. A lot of fun. I would say Loki thrives in its last few episodes. Like thrives. It's really good. Setting up the next phase. Preach, Sabrina. Fuck yeah. Preach away. But Loki itself, they were saying originally before it'd be like open and close.
Thanks for agreeing with me in the chat. I appreciate you.
1 season. They were
that's
saying
everyone
before.
in the
They
chat.
told us to drink in the chat, and nobody's.
That's right. That's right.
I just drank. Fuck you guys. I'll do it again.
They were saying it'd be like 1 season before, and it turned to 2. I'm happy about it. But the rumors going around. So let's break it down. Rumors going around for season 2. You just saw the trailer, and this.
Yeah.
Oh, good GR.
IGR.
Everyone loves Sabrina's hair tonight.
Hello.
Hitting it. But season 2, they're talking about what's going to happen next. So apparently, Jonathan Majors, from what we've heard from the rumor mills, Jonathan Majors is not the main villain in this. It's more or less about, like I was telling Sean during the trailer, that it's like what happened before and what's happening now is like who's running the TVA. Because if you watch the first season, sorry, Jacob, spoiler alert, they kill He Who Remains,
I literally do not care.
Jonathan Majors. And now we're going to find out the timeline's fucked up. So what happens next? And the rumor going around is that Sylvie's actually going to be the main villain, an older version of her played by a different actor. And she's the one that's controlling, but she fucks up so bad that she sends people back in time to try to fix the timeline, but it fucks up even worse. And now Loki has to fix it.
Also, it's
So-
Flash.
Like the Flash. No way.
There was
No way.
another couple little things that Screen Crush, kind of shouted out, and I wanted to kind of bring them up here. But
Get in there, Sean.
the reliance of circles in this season is very important. A lot of the main shapes that you're seeing throughout the entire thing are circles, aside from the teleportation areas, which are still the standard rectangles. But that was not the case last year with season 1. The other thing that we got to see is also, aside from a very interesting Miss Minutes that looks like a Pac-Man ghost terrorizing some...
Pac-Man for sure.
Yeah, that was amazing. But what you saw in the first season was all these, the main timeline was, created, and it was, you were trying to trim the hedges, right? Trimming the little timelines, the variants happening. Well, if you look at the monitor now, it's all these divergent strings becoming one cohesive timeline. So it's almost like it's reversing what the first season did, basically. So that's it. That's all I got.
And the circles, by the way, basically are representative of the one timeline that He Who Remains created in the first season.
Yeah. And they were saying that too. It's all about making the timelines merge into one and changing it into this new dimension, which is what Jonathan Majors Kang did before, and now it's happening again. And to me, I'm like, I get that. It makes sense. It might actually work very well for Daredevil moving forward, or not Daredevil, Deadpool moving forward. Because again, I know Sean's against this a little bit, but I think TVA is very involved with Deadpool. Very involved.
I hope so, man.
That's all I can say.
I hope so. I think that was a really smart call you made a couple weeks back. I would love to see more elements from the core Marvel Cinematic Universe make its way into Deadpool and not just be throwaway one-liners. I think that'd be a great way to kind of bring them into the fold, if you will.
Should be, because Sabrina needs some Ryan Reynolds. She loves herself some Ryan Reynolds, so he needs to be there for her, making things work, right, Sabrina?
Ryan Reynolds is one of the best actors around. He's also very easy on the eyes and hilarious, so I don't think he's not going to be working, so it's not really a problem.
Oh, I didn't know you liked Ryan Reynolds, Sabrina. I didn't know that.
Wherever he's going to be.
That's a weird fact. Supposed to drink to that?
That's right.
I think we're supposed to.
Ryan Reynolds. Let's drink Ryan Reynolds. Oh, I forgot about that. This is what happens.
Friend of the show.
Again, friend of the show. Again, because we've had a lot of technical shit. Again, it's learning and regrowing and coming back to life. And
my camera doesn't get to work anymore, so I have to be on my computer camera.
And yeah, I know. What the hell the fuck is happening with that shit? I'm gonna slap my dick across EV Mux. I love them so much, but they're assholes sometimes. Very aggressive. They're gonna hate it. They don't know what to do about it, but they're gonna get it, and they're gonna have to deal with it. That's all I'm saying.
Should be the next topic. How about that?
No, we're not. No, we're not. I want to say before we move on, because
tell them I'll slap my dick across their face.
I will tell them that, Lexi. I will tell them that, and they will love it. They'll love it, and they will love it. So, okay, because Jacob, Lexi, have you watched Loki season 2? Have you watched, or season 1? Have you watched Loki at all?
I got like halfway into it, and I was like, no, I'm just out.
So we're taking the top tier to the bottom tier, because the top tier here, we've all watched the whole season.
I watched all of what is that one? The Scarlet Witch one.
Dear my brain.
The WandaVision.
Leave it to be
WandaVision.
And then I started getting into Loki, and then when I started getting into Loki, that was that point in my life where I just was like, I'm done. I'm out. Like I was like, they're pumping out too much content, and I can't keep up with this. And I was like, that was that point in my life where I looked at, this is weird, but like I looked at my life and I looked at what I was watching and how much content was being given to me. And I was like, I used to be a person who I believed in watching everything. Like when I grew up in like the 90s, I watched every single thing that came out. Didn't matter what it was, because I wanted to see everything, because I believe that watching all of the stuff that comes out was how
Marvel
you kept
Vision.
Current, and by understanding like by watching the current media, you understand the culture. And I like to understand the culture, and I like to understand like society, and it helps you understand like social constructs and stuff like that. And that's something that really interests me. So I actually study film for studying like social constructs. And so like I watch films just to follow like that stuff, and so pop culture is important in that. And so that's one of the reasons I followed all like what was popular and wasn't popular. And then, you watch your own stuff on your own time. And I realized I was pushing so much of my own stuff out of my own life, and I was ending up, there was so much of this content coming out, it was becoming like oversaturated, that I wasn't watching enough of my own content, that now film wasn't fun anymore. And that I had no time.
Does it
in
make
my
you have
life.
fun again, though, Lexi?
But
Make you have fun again watching this trailer, though, at all?
No, because like I hit this point in my life where I was like, the market was so oversaturated and so full of this over and over and over, and I was like, it's the same story. It's the same fucking story. It's the same fucking story over and over and over. It's not different.
I think it is very different.
Loki's like so out there. It's so like
very
yeah.
crazy.
It's what's out there? A24 films. Those are what's out there. Like if you want out there, French cinema. French cinema is what's out there.
Oh, you want to talk about French cinema?
Sean.
I watched an amazing film today called "Smoking Causes Coughing."
Yes, I want to watch that.
That's on Hulu. Is it good?
Yeah. It's on Hulu, and it is fucking amazing.
And you guys talked about that on here, and I cannot wait to watch that. Like I'm going to totally watch. That's what I'm saying. Like,
so fucking stupid. I can't even imagine.
I want to watch it so bad.
But like, that's what I'm saying. Like when you talk about that,
oh shit,
that's what I'm more excited about in my life than like Marvel content, because like I would rather see something different and new and fresh than the same things over and over, because at the end of the day, all the superhero stuff, all of the stuff that you get, Harry Potter, all of it, like all this fucking shit that comes out, it's the same fucking stuff over and over and over. It's the same regurgitated stories over and over and over. I can tell you the formula of all this stuff. All you do is swap out the template. It's the template swaps, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that if the stuff they're giving me, like action movies, are the same fucking movies over and over, and I'm okay with action movies being the same. That's why you don't remake action movies.
Joseph Campbell, like that is literally the screenplay fucking blueprint, like that.
Everything.
But like when you're talking about like remakes, right? Like don't remake an action movie. Make another action movie, because they're the same movie over and over. You don't remake those.
We have a conversation every
Lexi.
week. I totally agree with you, but at the same time, like
Loki.
if you expect a hero's journey movie not to follow the hero's journey, it's not ever going to happen. Like that's not how it works. Like
not gonna do.
That's the process of it.
Not gonna do.
You know what? Like, okay, I saw this movie called Love. There was this movie that came out recently. It's called Love and Monsters. Nobody watched it.
Oh, that's
right?
a movie. It's wonderful.
Like,
I love it a lot.
Nobody watched it. That was a movie that was a formulaic film
for that
is good for kids, that like everybody could watch, right? But like nobody watched it and nobody gave a shit about it. Even though it was a formulaic film, it was fresh and original. You know what I'm saying? The formula is there. All the templates are there. It was all
zombie
the basic
movie replaced
shit.
By big giant bugs.
But it was still fun, fresh, and
Justin,
original.
you'll be back in the show next week. Let's talk.
There's a way to do formulaic and make it fun, fresh, and original. And it's like that's what they're not getting. And that's what I'm saying, like with Marvel and all of this stuff. None of it is fun, fresh, and original. And
but Loki is so fresh though, Lexi. It's so different. Sean, support us here, Sean. It's so different.
It's not like what it is that Marvel's gone, okay, now we have to like break our templates, because we can't follow our templates anymore. And so now we have to like, go into multiverse shit, because when you're out of whatever, you multiverse.
Right,
and that's what everybody does.
It's
lazy work. It's laziness.
Shit that they're just regurgitating.
It's laziness.
Lazy. And everything. However,
multiverse and time travel. It's what you go to when you're on that shit. It's like Lost. Oh, we've run out of shit. Time for time travel. Time for time travel for season 4. Oh, Lost is the worst fucking show ever made. People should be embarrassed for fucking that show. That show's garbage.
Lost is so good. You know what? I'm gonna put it out there because people want to fucking trash Lost.
2 seasons. 2 seasons of Lost are good. The rest of it is shit.
Oh my god.
Shut the Brandon Peoples. We started watching this. Drink until Lexi is done. Drink until Lexi is done.
Well, to agree with Lexi, Lost is trash. I have seen it. I got into it. It's fucking trash.
Lost is not
Everyone
trash.
guessed the season
finale. And you know what's amazing about Lost? The best part about Lost?
Everyone guessed the show finale.
Lost is a show with one of the best casts I've ever seen, and 2 of the worst main actors I've ever seen in my entire life. And the whole show revolves around Kate and that fucking terrible other guy. And like all of the other people are superb.
No,
superb actors,
No.
and then like the whole show focuses on these two
Excuse me.
dreadful
Nice.
actors. I was like, who the fuck made
All right,
this show?
Going back to
Embarrassing.
Loki.
Okay,
Going back to
back
Loki, I'll say
around,
this. I'll
back
say this.
to town, and back to now.
I'll
So
say this.
Loki,
No one wants you
I will not
dating,
shit. I will
Jacob.
not
Shut the
shit
fuck
on.
up.
I will not
Everybody shut
shit
the
on.
fuck
Loki.
Jacob needs more drinks.
Everyone
I'm
needs to stop
drinking.
talking. Everyone on the show knows their fucking word.
I just want to say,
My
you
comment-
asked for this.
Shut the
You
fuck up.
asked.
Shit. Get in there. Get in that ass. Get in that ass.
Everyone, shut your fucking mouth. I appreciate that you think that fucking we're talking about 9 other things, but we're talking about Loki. Okay? So we realize, Lexi, you're not into Loki. Jacob, you lost your turn because that took so long. Brian, we're moving on to the next topic. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Carry
say I
on.
don't have
So-
a comment for Loki.
No, you're not talking. We're done with
Just
Just saying, I don't have a comment. I don't
You're
have a
not.
comment.
no
Shut him
comment.
down.
I
You
don't-
tell him,
Jacob,
Sabrina.
I will not judge. I will
Shut
not
him down.
judge content
Hold
that I
on,
have
hold on,
not
one second,
seen
Sabrina.
because that's not
One
fair.
second. One second.
I will not judge
One
content
second.
that I have
Jacob, you have
not
no
seen.
comment on this?
This month.
I won't judge content that I haven't seen. It would not be fair. And
No.
I've listened to what Sean
should
has
you?
said. I see how
Poor Sean.
vehemently
Before we move on.
Sabrina supports
Before we
it.
move
I see
on.
how much Brian likes it. And I heard
So
Lexi's
good.
take. So
Before we move
until I
on,
watch it, I
Sean.
don't really want to give any comments on it.
Sean, tell him why you should watch Loki before we move on.
Really?
Okay, you should watch Loki. What? Oh, so I thought Sabrina left for a second.
I did too. I thought she was like, I'm fucking done.
We're having fucking. We're still having issues. Sounds good, but fucking video can
It
suck like
works. It
Jagon.
adds to the atmosphere. It's
We're gonna go
wonderful.
10-1, you guys. I'll be right back.
This is
Here's the thing
amazing.
about Loki season 1. All right, Tom Hiddleston did a fantastic job on it. Jonathan
good.
Majors is actually a really great addition to that whole cast. Like, he plays that character really well of someone behind the machinations of what's going on in the universe. Like, he did a really solid job. It's got pretty good special effects. You get to see like Loki's teaming up of different, kind of universes or different kind of timelines. It's just fun. It's a really fun show. It's a you can knock it out in an afternoon if you really gave a shit. But I liked it, and there was enough new stuff that is tied into other movies that we've seen, and I think a lot of other things that will, probably populate the future Marvel releases for years to come.
I wanted to like it. I wanted to
like
like it a lot. I thought the sets were gorgeous. I thought that what's his face? God, I can't think of his name. The blonde.
Yeah.
The one that was running
as
the
a comic book
facility.
fan,
He's
I'm
great.
saying-
comic book fan to know.
I'm
Sean,
saying-
I'm glad that you're happy
Sean-
about it. That's cool.
Cool.
Sean
That makes
pitched
me
it
happy because I read
perfectly.
Vertigo and Dynamite. So if they ever did one of those, I'd be like, great. I'd be happy if they got the content right. It's just for me, I haven't seen it, so I can't really say anything negative or positive about it because that would not be fair to the show.
Just give me a
Well,
proper
Sean pitched it
Punisher.
perfectly.
All I want is a
And
proper
honestly,
Punisher.
You, I
That's
mean,
all I
until
want.
you
I'm not
give
going to go
it
into
time,
Punisher right now.
see
That's
what
a whole fucking
happens.
show.
You got to care about that multiverse. You have to care about all that because you have to care about people. But a lot of people don't care about people these days. And just like Cardi B doesn't care, she'll throw a fucking microphone at somebody.
That
And she'll
yeah,
never
she
deserve
will.
it. That's all
That
I'm saying.
She
fucker had
deserved
coming.
it.
That
I want to
was
talk
deserved
about Cardi B for
Cardi B
2.5
should have thrown
seconds
two
before we get into all this.
microphones. Cardi
So
B should have
Cardi
thrown
B-
two microphones at that ass.
Well, nobody knows about this yet, but let me get into this. So Cardi B was at her concert doing her thing, lip singing, because apparently she does that shit. But she's lip singing and she's doing her thing, and then somebody, we're gonna watch video in 1 second, but somebody like throws their cup in a way. Water goes, whatever the fuck it was. It might be vodka, might be water, might be fucking some concoction of jungle juice. It goes flying at her, and she gets so pissed off that she fucking throws that microphone right at the person. This was Saturday. This is Saturday at Dre's Beach House in Las Vegas. This happened, and they had a thorough investigation, apparently, according to the Las Vegas Police Department, and they threw it all out. But the person who actually got hit by the microphone went forward and actually said, hey, I was abused by Cardi B. And then they said, well, there's not enough evidence, so we're going to throw it out. But you be the judge for yourself, because this shit's out there. It's out there, and here's the video of
if
what
you act like
happened,
an asshole,
what transpired.
you get treated like an asshole.
So here it is.
Period.
Here it is, though, Jacob. And you hear the music still playing. The music is still playing. She's still rapping, but she doesn't hold the microphone. Well, she's not rapping, but the music's still playing.
she's not rapping.
Definitely not rapping.
Definitely.
She's yelling some choice words at that bitch.
She has
still
words,
falling on
but
her.
rap is not the words that are coming out of her mouth.
So they dropped all the charges,
all
right? They
heard the
dropped
words
all the
that come out of her
charges,
mouth. I'm sure it was
but
beautiful.
this person's like, I got abused by Cardi B, and they're dropping all the charges. Now, I get it. Like, you shouldn't. This has been happening for a long time.
They got treated like a little bitch.
But Jacob, this should have been happening for a long time. People go on stage. It happened to Styles before. It happens. People are like, they're on stage.
Dude.
There was that whole thing with Lady Gaga. Where
Harry
someone
Styles is a
bounced off, people were like,
master
"Oh."
of catching that shit. Have you seen him? He's become like a fucking
agree,
pro.
yeah.
He can catch that shit like a beast.
Adele went off.
Concert, and she was like, "Have you
Oh,
guys
Adele,
heard
yeah.
about the trend where people like forget
Went
shit
off.
and they're throwing shit on stage?" She's like, "Try to throw something at me. I fucking dare you. I will fucking kill you."
Sabrina, what do you think about
I'm
this?
not exaggerating. That is what she said. I will fucking kill you. She said.
But Sabrina, do you think this is good that these charges were dropped, or do you
She
think
should
that
have
something should
set an
happen from this?
example for everyone else.
Well, I mean, I think that it's super shitty that people think that it's cool to abuse artists that you paid to go see. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
Yeah,
you
it's not
paid
a
money
wrestling show. They
to
don't
go
fucking
see
do
this
that
person,
shit.
and then you
A wrestling show.
Like, that really, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why you would do that personally, unless you're
Quad rocket.
in brain cells, like a couple French fries short of a Happy Meal. That being said, if that happened to me, like, I might, in a reaction, throw whatever I had in my hand at the person. So I don't blame her.
But a microphone?
And I would have supported you. You would have thrown
However,
2 of them.
Just to say something on the other side, to be a devil's advocate, because I agree with Cardi B and all of the artists who are getting assaulted. That girl,
It's not good.
BB Rexa, got
Oh, yeah, it's not good.
cell phone, and she collapsed, and they had to end the concert. Like, they had to take her off stage or some shit.
Yeah, not
Like,
good.
And back in the day, like, Bowie got hit with a lollipop, and it hit him in the eye. His
I remember
response
that.
was to play longer, but my point is like, it's never cool, not okay. But the day before that this happened, she also performed at Dre's Beach Club, and she threw her microphone at the DJ because
I heard about that.
Tracks, so
He should have got his
That's
shit
not
together.
cool.
I don't know
just
how
saying,
much
he should have got his shit
microphone
together.
throwing we should be doing while we're lip syncing at Dre's Beach Club. However,
It seems a little fucked up.
I fully support you throwing your microphone at the dumb bitch who decided to splash you with fucking whatever's
Listen,
in her
if
mouth.
I
That's very
paid-
rude.
If I paid good, hard-earned money to go see Cardi B in concert, you bet your ass I want to see her throw microphones at people because that's what I expect Cardi fucking B. The DJ should have had his shit together, and that stupid person should have
True,
fucking known
true.
better.
I love her
Period.
hair in that
It's
picture.
Cardi
It's so
fucking
good.
B. That's it. That's
Go
all I
back to it for you, Lexi.
Oh, Justin said she's known to throw her mic at people. Apparently, she's a mic thrower.
Yeah, she is
Yeah,
known
you
to
know
throw
That's
mics
why
at
if
people.
I
Really?
paid money,
That's
I got
fucked
my
up.
money's
Yo,
worth. I would
she-
actually be disappointed if
Dude.
she didn't throw anything.
The
Cardi
last
B is like
person
ex-stripper
I
who's known to like
concert,
rob people and like stuff.
the
Like she
last
has
a whole
person
movie about
I
it.
would fuck with in a concert would be Cardi B. You don't
But-
fucking throw shit at
But
Cardi B.
who
I'm
throws
not-
this shoe?
I'm not
Who
knocking
throws this
her.
shoe, honestly.
I'm just saying that she has a background of being
Say shoe.
trashy. She's
I'm-
trashy. And I'm
I'm
not
Cardi B.
knocking her trashiness, but like, don't fuck
It's-
with her. She's a fucking bad bitch and she's gonna fuck with you and she's gonna fuck back. And like,
But
so
there's-
if you throw something at her, she's gonna throw something back at you. Like, this isn't that kind of person. Like, she's gonna throw down. She's that kind of bitch. She comes from that fucking background. Like,
So why
Well,
are you
Lexi,
stupid?
Lexi, we saw the video. It looked at the person almost. I mean, the cup didn't fly out of their hands. Here's what I will still say.
Flash the
I said this to bring it to you earlier. I'm like, the cup didn't fly out of her hands, right? Yeah, maybe she intentionally did it, but to me personally, I'm like, maybe she was just like fucking rocking out. Do you
No,
think
she
this could have been
wasn't.
unintentional?
No.
There was a lot of wrist action. It looked like a lot of
There's a-
wrist action.
there's a problem going on right now with like celebrities having stuff thrown at them at concerts. Like, it's become a
It's
major
big.
problem, and it's like like she said, like, people are like, it's becoming a major problem at most shows. Like, and it's not unknown, it's not uncommon for people to throw stuff at shows, but they are saying that it seems like in the last like couple months, in the last like 2 years in particular,
trend.
that it's gotten way out of hand, and that the extent people are going to and what people are throwing has gotten like more violent and more extreme.
It is super
And
disrespectful.
so this is like getting extreme. And as I was just saying, like, there are varying degrees of celebrities, and you can take the hood out of you can take someone out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of somebody. You know what I'm saying? And she's definitely from the hood. And like Cardi B's reputation, she goes out and like she throws down with people and all that kind of stuff. And people are like, why does she do? And I'm like, because that's who she is. Like, she's not a rich girl who grew up in that world. She is someone who grew up in an environment that is used to having to defend herself, having to throw down with bitches, that kind of stuff. So it's like people are expecting a certain level of couth from her now that she's a celebrity, and I'm like, you're not going to get that from Cardi B.
You want authentic? Fuck around and find out with Cardi B.
You fuck her. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I agree with you, but like, there's a difference between like throwing, like getting mad at a fan, like when Adele handled it with a little bit more tact, whereas like throwing your microphone.
She said I'm gonna fucking kill you. I saw that shit.
I would rather, threatening to kill somebody is a little bit better than throwing a mic.
I will fucking kill you.
I will fuck
Dude,
you up.
A wireless mic is not white. Like, that's not something you throw at somebody. And like,
someone up.
And like you said, like that reaction was, that's in my hand. Whatever the fuck would have been.
What are you gonna do? Take off a shoe? I'm not throwing a Manolo Blahnik at you.
Yeah,
shoot me once,
whatever had been in Cardi B's hand was what was going to get thrown.
Exactly.
So, and Cardi B's got money. She don't care. She would have thrown her shoe. All the shoes. It wouldn't have mattered. She would have pulled off the most expensive shoe she had and thrown that shoe. She didn't give a shit. She got money.
If I was there, I would have got my money's worth. Period.
Yeah. Well, Sean, what do you think though? You hear this? Do you think she should have thrown that microphone at the fan? And do you think it's weird that they actually just threw it out? Because they actually, said, hey, I got abused. So they threw it out though. Does that matter?
No. Like she has every right to defend herself, and it's her concert. Like, yeah, it's a growing chain. Like, I'm the main character mentality, right? Like, I paid you money, therefore I should be the only one that benefits from this story, and I'm gonna act out so that I get the attention. And it's some bullshit. Yeah, it's getting ridiculous out there, and yeah, I don't know. She looked like she's thrown him a million times because she had a hell of a curve on that thing.
Aim.
Oh, she
great aim!
Hit the fuck out of that girl.
This is like, come on, forget it.
What Sean's saying carries over into retail too. Like, this attitude carries over into every single environment.
Oh yeah,
I paid for something.
Everything.
I paid for something, and now I'm owed something on a higher level. Like, I'm owed. I walked into your store and I gave you business, and now I'm owed like a level of
above
whatever,
and beyond.
And now I'm gonna throw down with you, because I'm owed to that level. Like the Karen videos and stuff that we were getting over those like years and what have you that started popping up. Like, this degree of entitlement that's been coming from people out in society,
absolutely.
like, it's rather absurd that we get. Like, I deliver flowers for a living, and like, I see the stuff that my boss has to deal with, and even some of like the little things that I have to deal with, and I just deliver, and I'm like, I don't have to deal with it, so I can walk away from it. But they like try to approach you on so many things. And I'm like, thank God I don't have to deal with that side of things, because like, if I had to go back into dealing with it, I actually have PTSD from dealing with customers with the way they've treated me, because the abuse has gotten so bad in the retail sector that like, and you can't fight back. You can't say anything. You can't say like, you're an asshole, you're rude. Like, this is not okay. You can't treat me this way, because we as people working in those sectors, you can't say, they've told us like, you can't say anything. They're right. They have to be right. And so we have taught the customer that they're right. And so because we have taught the customer that they're right, that entitlement carries through to going to a concert, going out in the world, functioning in a larger scale.
You can't fucking throw something at somebody though. It's like cute. It's like common human rights.
It's harmed the consumer thing that you're talking about right now, because people are so fucking take advantage of it and act like such fucking assholes that now the customer is not always right. And you can call and have a legitimate complaint or a legitimate fucking problem.
So go fuck yourself.
Something fucking happened, and they basically are like, tough shit, go fuck yourself. And that's not fucking cool either. Like,
this is why I still go to Burger King, because I can have it my way.
Can I remind everybody for like 1 second? 1 second. The rules for Drunk Friday are impressions, mentioning Ryan Reynolds, talking politics, mentioning a friend of the show.
There's rules to this shit. Sorry.
Bad segues when someone brings up Fast and the Furious you have to drink. arguments. So I think that, the host's discretion and a toast at the end. So these are our Drunk Friday rules. I kind of fucked up because we had some issues at the beginning. But that's a whole new thing. But I think we had arguments with the drink right now. So arguments, drink.
Did we have an argument? We had an argument like 20 minutes
This is
ago.
official rule.
Host discretion.
Host
Discretion.
Host
That was
discretion.
an argument. But Cardi B, I get it, but her reaction was so fucking tense that she just fucking threw that microphone. Like she didn't give a fuck who was next to her. I laughed so hard the first time I saw it, and then I laughed the second time I saw it, and the third time I might have cried a little bit. But
I have to get
I'm
more
just
beer.
like,
I love Cardi B, not her music. Be right back.
Also,
Okay, you get that
Justin, the blank rule is about your mom.
Sabrina,
No,
we
not.
had the same facial reaction to Jacob's nonsensical
Really?
Cardi B thing. Yeah, we both went, "What the fuck? What are you doing?"
Yeah?
I have
What?
no
you love
idea.
something Cardi B. It's
I
okay.
love Cardi B, not her music. That's the weirdest
What?
statement I've ever heard in my life.
And then walks
It's-
off and drops it.
Yeah.
Like, what the
And
fuck?
it's like,
What are you
Drops it
doing?
like-
In your face, bitch.
It's the same thing though, Sean. Like, I love me some Tom Cruise. I love him. I've worked for Tom Cruise. I've doubled for him. I've stood in for him. He's a fucking fantastic human being as a one-on-one interpretation. But apparently, other people don't think the same thing. And that leads me to my next conversation because apparently, Leia Remini says that, well, Tom Cruise isn't the best person to Scientology people because Scientology is going through some shit and she's suing them right now. So I want to talk about Leia Remini. Okay, so
Leah,
This poor
Leah
woman.
Remini.
Leah,
Leah Remini.
Leah, I want to talk about Leah Remini.
Leah Remini.
Leah
Leah
Remini.
Remini.
I want to talk about Leah
Remini, Remini,
Brian's had a few
Remini.
drinks. I want to talk about Leah
Remini.
Remini. There we go.
Remini.
There we go.
Remini.
Everybody, I want to talk about Leah Remini. So Leah
Remini.
Remini
There
is
you
coming
go.
forward, and she
Leah.
has been suing the Church of Scientology. And we don't really talk about politics. This almost seems like politics in a way, but we're going to talk about it because it's entertainment news. But Leah Remini came forward and said, I'm suing them because of something that went down back when Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes were married. So apparently after that whole fact, she was talking to people at the actual wedding, and she was talking about, of course, bringing up the man himself, of Scientology. Sabrina, what's his name? Miscavige. David Miscavige.
You
She's talking to
did.
David Miscavige,
You mentioned
and she was
politics,
saying,
Brian.
where's his fucking wife? But Lexi, where's his fucking wife? She's fucking been gone for years. So, anyways, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't.
Miss
Miss
I
Cavus's
I
wife
get
has
those
been
ads.
missing for years. That is absolutely true.
We all
I
miss
get those
Katie
ads
Holmes.
on my phone every fucking day when I'm on YouTube being like,
David
believe us when we tell you what's happening. I get it. When I moved to Los Angeles, I'll never forget this. I moved to Los Angeles. I went down to Central Casting, and it's the place where you're going to sign up, be an extra for acting. Oh, fucking be an extra, be awesome. And you go down there, and I signed up, and I walked outside, and there was this whole recruitment camp right there, right?
Oh, no.
And they're like, hey, are you an actor? And I said, yeah, I'm an actor. I fucking love acting. And they said, oh, so what's your religion? Weird fucking question to ask an actor. But I'm like, at that time, I grew up Roman Catholic. I'm a Catholic. And the guy goes, I am too. But do you believe in the Church of Scientology? And I looked at him, I'm like, again, Catholic, Church of Scientology, big difference. And he goes, I'm a Catholic. I'm also a Scientologist. Listen to me. And I was like, okay, I'm fucking out. You know what I mean? Because it's contradictory. But
Brian,
regardless
What's
of
your
that-
fate and levels,
Brian,
Brian?
that was the biggest mistake of your career.
Well,
What's your
I didn't
fate
listen
levels,
to him.
boy?
I didn't listen to him, Jacob. But that's what I'm saying. The Church
That's
of
where your mistake
Scientology.
was. You didn't listen.
A lot
to
of people are involved with
Scientologists.
it, though. A lot of people are involved with it, though. Tom Cruise, again, fucking fantastic. Again, I met him. I've worked with him. Fantastic human being.
Come put your
But you hear
hands
about
on
some
my
of
little
this.
device over here, Brian.
But Lexi, that's a lot.
It's
That's a
gonna
lot.
tell you about these fate and levels, and then you're gonna know some things.
It's a lot. But
Don't you want to know your fate and levels, Brian?
they asked me that. They asked me that to come there. They asked me, said, you should come to Scientology and learn your Thean levels. And I told them, I'm good. I'm good. That's what I usually say. I'm good.
I
And
just
then
want
I
to say
walked
they only
away,
asked
and
me
they.
that when I was at the beach. How come you got it outside of an audition?
Well,
That's
Jacob,
fucked up.
they actually got my phone number beforehand. I was like it was like 15 years ago. I gave it to them. So they called me, they texted me, and all that shit afterwards.
Well, they
But-
saw my dad bod and they were like, "Yo, you want to do some Scientology?"
And they
I
said,
was like,
"Why
"Thank you,
not?"
I'm
They're
flattered."
like, Jacob, you got a lot of faith
Right?
in you.
Yvonne?
Listen,
Would you like your
I will do
personality test?
anything. I will
But-
do anything for a free T-shirt.
But Jacob, I want to break this down for a second. So she went there. She's been involved. She's been involved for a long time, right?
Yeah, it's really
and she
fucked up
went
what they did to her.
35 years, and she went there, and Tom Cruise's wedding. But apparently, she said some things, and they didn't like it. She was asking where the wife was at. She was asking, like,
She just asked for the wife for that. She wasn't doing anything else weird. She just asked
Report-
where Shelly was.
a knowledge
She
report.
was just being a normal person.
Yeah, where's Shelly? And she
Where's
put a
your
knowledge
wife,
report out there.
Brian?
She put a knowledge
Brian
report out there.
Miscavige? Where is
After the
she?
knowledge report, though, Lexi, after the knowledge report, they said other people put knowledge reports against her.
She's
and then they
in the
sent
Satan
her
hole.
because she was involved, Lexi, in the church. They sent her to Florida. And they said in Florida, they sent her to this whole retreat,
Florida,
which is
where
like
the
the
Satans
headquarters.
go.
The headquarters at Clearwater, Florida. The flag, they call
God.
the flag
Yeah.
land, they call it. They sent her there. And she said, Lexi, it was one of the worst nightmares of her life.
Yeah.
She went there.
Listen, when you're headquartered-
rebranded
That's
her,
where their
they fucking
concentration
brainwashed
camps
her,
are.
and they told her how to react to everything, and she
Yeah.
agreed with them. But after the fact, she was like, "Hey, this isn't right. Like, this is not how I feel. This is not how I think. I was brainwashed." And it all came down to Tom Cruise, and they're saying that he's like number 2 man there, and
Yeah, he
that
is.
they are brainwashed them. But it's also brings
Scientology
me back
is
to
fucking scary.
I mean,
When
it's
your
religion.
headquarters are in Florida, you're already fucked.
It's not a religion. It's ridiculous.
Well, it's a religion.
Scientology is a
It's about
cult.
Xenu and
It's not a
coming
religion,
down
it's a
south.
cult.
If you want to have a good interpretation, watch the South Park episode. But they bring it all up. It's it's very accurate, but it's all anime. It's kind of fun. But
It's
Tom Cruise,
It's the loss of Chef. That's the episode.
that's
Well,
so
they
good.
did. They lost him to Scientology, and they were really mad about it because he had worked on their show for years. And then he comes in and he's like, "I don't think we should be doing the stuff we're doing on our show." And he's just like, they're like, what the fuck? Like, we've been working with you for how long, and you've been a big supporter of all of us, and then all of a sudden you're like having problems with everything we've been doing. And he's like, yeah, I don't know about this. And they're like, it's because you've been fucking with the Scientologists. And he's like, no. And he's like, no, that's exactly what it is. And they're like, no, that's not what it is. And they're like, yeah, it's because you've been fucking with Scientology. And they're like, we're pissed about this. And he's like,
It's a lot.
yeah, I'm not going to work with you guys anymore. And then they're like, fuck you. Like, this is bullshit. Like, that's why. So that's why they wrote his character off the way they did. But
Do you think
But-
that you think that's an issue? Tom Cruise hasn't seen his own fucking kid since Katie.
oh, it's
Holmes.
ridiculous.
Fucking
Bikini
Surrey.
home stuff and that stuff. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, they take people
You know-
away from their families. They take people away
Well,
from,
because you're
like,
what do you call it? Not a suspicious person. The shortening is SP.
Against
it's,
church.
it's the-
But here's my biggest thing. I was gonna bring this up. The fact that she said that she was a captive for 4 months at this retreat in Florida, and she said she couldn't leave, and they brainwashed her, and that's why she's suing them on top of everything else. But that's a lot. So the question I put out to the group today is like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, like,
It's a very specific question.
I mean, what the fuck?
I mean,
Like,
Leah,
can you imagine?
Leah Ramey's been fighting
told
against
the story.
Scientology for years now. She's put
Oh,
out several specials.
easily
she's
a
put out
decade,
several. Yeah, I mean, she's been one of the largest proponents against it. She's been trying to get people to listen for a very long time. I feel very bad for her and what she's been through, and I think that she deserves the voice that she has. Scientology is very bad, and they actually get a tax credit from the government, and I think it's disgusting that the government gives
They
them a
pay no
tax credit.
taxes.
They are,
It's fucked.
Listen,
They
pay
are
no
a
tax
cult.
rate. They pay no tax rate. They're a tax exempt.
yeah, they
someone who grew up in the Baptist church and escaped organized religion, I completely understand what she's going through.
they're not
and
organized
she
religion.
should-
They're a cult.
Hold on.
Oh.
And she should understand and know that what she's in for is a very long fight, because look how long it
I know.
took for people to fight against the Catholic Church.
I'd rather fight against the Catholic Church than
Jacob,
Scientology. These people
I've
are
been
fucking
drinking for
nuts.
a long time tonight already. I want to send Sabrina. She can give us some fucking knowledge facts in our way. Sabrina, give us some more knowledge about this situation. We can all fucking adapt and talk about it.
Weird. Okay.
I'm drunk. I'm sorry.
Cults can be organized, Justin. You're absolutely
Okay,
correct.
so, yeah, there's
Cults and
super-
organized religion are the same thing. Sorry, Sabrina.
No, they're definitely not. Also,
No, they're
I'm
not. They're
a-
different.
I'm not a religious person. Like,
Potato,
don't get it
potato.
twisted. But what you're saying is
Potato, potato. Very valid. It's called tithing.
This picture that you chose of Leia is too sexy. It's very sexy. It's very seductive. I'm like, it's too seductive. That's better. That's a little better. Oh, no, her audio cut out.
Oh no, they're both frozen.
Oh, no.
It's our show now.
No, it's our show, yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
shit. That's too much power. We don't deserve this.
She went
We
away.
do
and now,
deserve this.
And now my phone's quacking.
Whack.
Oh my god.
Welcome to the show. Woo! It does.
Sabrina,
suck,
we
though.
can't
What
hear
Sabrina
you.
was saying is she brought up a lot of really great points.
She did.
I still think the opposite of what she's saying. I
No,
think
you're wrong. You're wrong.
religions and
Cults are
all the
religion.
same.
Organized religion are not the same thing. They're different.
Potato, potato.
You
to me.
can't potato
That's to me.
potato. It's not
That's
right.
To me. To
you
me.
can mute to you all you want, but you're wrong.
It's my opinion. I'm not wrong with my opinion.
Oh my god.
It's my opinion.
It's you can have an opinion, but your facts are wrong in your opinion.
My facts are subliminal. I don't care.
Oh my god.
I do really like what Leah's been doing against the Church of Scientology, though.
Scientology
I watched
is
the documentary is fascinating. She's brought to light a lot of shit, and the reason why I say religion and cults are similar is because what she talks about with the shit she went through with the Church of Scientology is very similar to stuff that I've seen in the organized Christian religion.
Sure.
So that's why I feel that way. But you're right. I think religion is a broad term. So there are other religions out there that aren't as Polish.
When you try to leave, they take you to these compounds that are basically like brainwashing compounds. They don't let you.
It's like
leave.
pray the gay away.
They have an oceanic level of tiers that they use to fucking like do all this stuff. They have like the fleets. I guess Tom Cruise is like they said, like at the top with Miss Cavage. Miss Cavage is like the fucking like leader of this. I think the son is now taken over. The son is like now running things. The father is now I think too old to run stuff now.
That's too much shit.
They are using Tom Cruise as like a flagship for everything because, you know, of his popularity and what have you. Tom Cruise has basically cut off all of his family, all of his friends. If you don't follow all the beliefs of Scientology, all of the rules of Scientology, everything about it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, EV Mux can suck my jag on.
Uh-oh.
I don't think that's how you say it. It's like Eve Mux.
No, it's
Sabrina's back.
It's jag on. It's jag on.
I really enjoyed taking over your show. It was quite fun.
That makes fun of you.
But essentially, like, if you don't follow their rules and cut off your family entirely, or have your family entirely join Scientology, then you can't talk to your family. You can't engage with your family. You can't have any engagement with your family whatsoever. So when
Sabrina's point, that is a fucking cult.
So when you're like, oh, okay. I don't want to like. Katie Holmes was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Katie Holmes was like, I want to leave. Like, then yeah, that's why she can't talk. That's why he doesn't talk. He's like, I don't want to talk to my kid or you anymore. And it's like, oh, okay, like.
It's not that he doesn't want to. He sends them presents and shit, but he's not allowed to.
Present day,
quote unquote religion, which is fun.
But he's so committed to that cult that he doesn't give a shit. Like he's like, I don't care. I'm like, I would rather be committed to my cult than my fucking kid.
They're like, oh, it's fucking Justin, great call. You mentioned family so much. It's definitely fast.
Yeah, that's definitely Fast and the Furious.
Oh yeah, because it's all about family.
It's all about family.
Truth,
but I'll bring up this. Okay, so Scientology, it just like it makes me be like, if you're a religion, right?
It's
why
L. Ron
would
Hubbard.
you try to?
Why would you listen
You
to L.
hot
Ron
box
Hubbard?
people into a situation like this? You know, like they really are. Sean, let's go to Sean because Sean's been quiet for a second.
Yes,
Sean,
you're the voice
first
of
of all,
reason.
take a
Sean's like,
drink.
no.
First of all,
he never went to me, but please go to Sean.
no, I'm going to you next. Sean,
Go
take a drink.
go to Sabrina.
No, go to you. I'm gonna go get a drink.
What am I supposed to say?
Sean, take a drink.
Sean's like, I'm
Take a
thinking
drink.
about joining Scientology, and I don't want to talk about this
Sean's
right
thinking
now.
about never coming back to drunk
He's
Friday
like,
again. That's
he's
what
like,
Sean's
if I
thinking
don't
about,
join
I guarantee you.
Scientology, my career is done. He's like, I know that in Hollywood, if I want to succeed, I have to join this cult.
I'm not
And,
even
like,
trying. I'm not even
so, like-
trying to get a career in
and he's like-
Hollywood. I'm
he
just gonna
also
fall
knows-
into it like everything else.
And he's
Sean's
like, also,
also
if I talk
phenomenal
about
actor,
this
though.
here,
Dude.
there's like a van outside of my house right now that has
Look,
like a
Sean.
thing on it. He's like, there's aliens painted on the side of it. And he's like, they're totally going
Look,
to take me
Sean.
away.
But
He's like,
Sean,
I'm scared.
what do you think about this? Do you think she's lying, or do you think that that she's telling the truth and this needs to be exposed?
Of course, it needs to be exposed. I mean, it's the worst kept secret in all of, I don't know, Hollywood, religion, whatever you want to call it. Like, we know Scientology is bad. We know they have work camps. We know that they bleed their members dry of money and tear apart families. They're almost as bad as the Mormons. Like, it's just a terrible, terrible
They're worse
cult.
than the Mormons for sure.
They're probably worse than the Mormons, but they control Hollywood, a near industry versus an entire state's ecosystem. Like, it's just, I am more inclined to believe Leah Remini, I think I got that one right, than I am to
There are all these
agree with
sexy
anyone
pictures,
else.
man. You got all these like sexy pictures of her. Like, I swear to
She's
God.
she's the queen of the king of queens. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's true. She
To
was
be
the
fair,
best part
she
of
is
that
a
show.
very gorgeous woman still.
Yeah.
She is
hot.
aged gracefully and looks amazing. And I hope
gotta
she comes
give credit
back to
where
do
credit's
more work
due.
on TV and film.
Yeah.
Sean, what's your fating levels? Come on, come out.
No,
to my
I feel
van.
like I mean definitely, like, her career has definitely suffered because of the strong stance that she takes against Scientology.
And good for
Because
her.
they're powerful and they throw lawyers at you until you bleed to death. So
Did you read
Yeah.
L. Ron's books over here? They're about
can't
aliens.
say I
you
did.
like
Can't
you
say...
liked Loki. You'll like
Oh,
L.
Jesus.
Ron's books.
I
L.
like
Ron
that
likes
Travolta
aliens
movie
too.
About the aliens. That's your
Yeah,
you
did you liked that movie? Did you? Well, that's a.
I'm
then
so
you'll-
uncomfortable. This is
Come on
fantastic.
over to my Phaeton levels.
I
Jacob.
have
And those
zero
same levels up
expectations.
and
This
down,
I
left
am,
and right, square root that shit, bring it up to
Listen,
real
I already
life.
checked my Phaeton levels and got a
Battlefield Earth. I got a copy of it right here in my van.
What'd she
next to
say?
my Phaeton machine.
What?
that movie.
I saw
we
that
should
in the
just do
theater.
Oh my god, I saw that in the theater too. Who didn't want to see that? And you're like, wow, this is terrible.
I love
Before
that
the-
movie. It's so bad.
I really like that movie. I had no idea what it was. I just really
It's
liked it.
terrible.
They learned how to
Anyways.
fly Harrier jets on simulators, and they were cavemen.
Anyways,
They were cavemen.
Sean,
yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
Sabrina, do you feel the same way as Sean? How do you feel about this?
How are your Phaeton
Brian.
levels, Sabrina? You got your Phaeton
I'm a little
levels
drunk.
checked?
Really?
I'm always drunk.
Yeah, I
Brian,
know
you're
you
doing
are.
great.
Brian already
a
got
lot.
his checked when he got out of the
Lexi.
We're
sign-up
so
time.
close.
Let them go fuck
guys.
themselves.
We're
Lexi,
so
you're-
close. We're gonna
you're-
land this ship. I gotta go pill a foster cat soon.
Going to. Yeah, so I feel like it doesn't even really fucking matter at this point. But yeah, she went to the fucking wedding, asked about the wife. They fucking got pissed. She filed what's called a knowledge report. And then after that, they sent her to this Florida fucking institute for 4 months and basically psychologically tortured her. She then
Oh.
agreed that it was all her fault. But when she got there, they basically gave her a bunch of complaints from everyone at the wedding saying that she was the problem. They tried to just convince her that it was her, not them. And eventually she agreed just to get the fuck out of there.
That's victim blaming.
Came back
You're
to
not
LA.
the king of queens. You're
Then
not.
she spent
Not at all.
months in another facility in Riverside at like the golden area of fucking studios or whatever, which by the way has had
Riverside.
because she had the audacity to like Google search a complaint that was filed there by like some kid who grew up in the Scientology system. And so she Googled it and then they sent her there for 6 months and after that then she quit. Which I think it's a very brave and difficult thing to do. The takeaway for this from me is that they have terrorized her for years, and they have had people watching her and doing things. I read a million articles today of people who like reported on the subject and were followed and fucking cased. Some guy was doing he was a lawyer, and they had a suit against some sort of a psychiatric drug that the Church of Scientology had a problem with, and he was followed on a regular basis. And he was a lawyer. He was a low-level lawyer. He wasn't even the fucking head lawyer of the fucking suit.
Dude, they're gonna follow us after this.
They're fucking.
They're going after
We'll
us.
finally
We're
be
fucked.
on TV.
We're
Brian,
fucked.
Brian, you're not getting any more jobs with Tom there after talking about
Oh,
this.
no, you know what? It's okay. He's gonna want to be my stand-in one day.
There you go.
So
Props.
yeah.
Right.
It's
Okay for that.
It's the whole thing is super fucked. And what they do to people is super fucked. And she is not the only person who's left and had problems. She's the most vocal about it, and I applaud her.
It's
for
good.
that. And they actually made a statement that she should probably move to Russia if she doesn't like free speech. Because they have set up smear
Fucked.
campaigns about her all over the internet and anyone else who have left. Like I found 3 websites today.
Go to
I'm very
North
sure
Korea
that
if you like free
listed everyone
speech.
who fucking left the place.
Just go somewhere
They're
else.
saying all the things that they have done.
Get outta here.
So,
Your
Yeah.
fate and levels
Yeah.
are too low anyway. You fucking bitch.
Sabrina said it right. I mean, hell, even the Catholic Church is mortified by the fucking Scientologists. That says a lot.
I mean,
Because they trying to
so
play
motivated.
themselves off as like Catholic too, which is a problem.
They're psychopaths and they fucking like stalk you and then try to get you to join and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on their classes so that you could be good at nothing. Basically, the whole thing is that they want you to not be able to emote. So like, there's one girl went in there and took like whatever a test, and then she was like, okay, I'm gonna go, and they're like, no, you need to take the next class, and they basically berated her, like they have like a lie detector situation,
But like,
which is super fucking weird. But basically, like they try to like throw things at you, and you're supposed to like not react to it, and like then you pass when you're no longer reacting to the bullshit that they're throwing at you,
how is
which
this?
is so fucked up and fucking stupid. I don't know why anyone like. And this woman was like, I don't want that. Like there was the article I read. There was like 1,000 comments within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, I
It's
hadn't
insane.
experienced Scientology.
How-
I hadn't experienced that. I hadn't experienced that. And they're all the same shit.
all fucked
Blocking
up.
you from leaving, fucking trying. It is. I don't even know how it's a thing still. I really don't know.
How is
as far
this?
as Shelly Miskovich goes, her fucking she filed a missing persons report, and the police.
Where's the fucking wife?
said, we spoke to
Where's the
her
wife? We'll
lawyers,
never find
and
the
so
wife.
she's fine.
Never.
I'm sure they paid lawyers to say she was fine, and like the cops were like, okay, that's cool because you're super rich. Because they don't pay taxes on all the fucking shit tons of money that they extort from poor people who leave their entire family and lives and like let their poor children grow up in fucking. The one guy with the lawsuit basically was like, they threw me in a room with like a bunch of other Scientology because they gave me L. Ron Hubbard books. Like he never had a proper education.
Right.
He
How
was homeschooled by L. Ron fucking Hubbard, who, by the way, is a fucking loser who fucking sailed around for a fucking few minutes on the fucking ocean, which is why
And he's a
so
pedophile.
fucking what's his name?
He's an attack.
Jet Propulsion Laboratory guy. What's his name? Jim Parsons.
JPO.
Stole his
Yeah.
wife, which was actually his ex-wife's sister, which was super cool of him.
Yeah.
But to be fair, it was like an orgy type church situation. Anyway,
Yeah.
Aleister Crowley, you guys should Google. There's a CBS.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
CBS streaming thing. What is the show? It's Strange Angel. You
Yeah.
should watch that. It's very enlightening. Or use some light Google searching on the Church of Scientology and how it began, and you will be fucking shocked at what you read and how this person has somehow, like with black magic, blood, sex orgies, has become like someone that fucking Tom Cruise left his own fucking daughter for. Like it's insane. It's
How can-
fucking insane.
How can
The
people look
history-
at Scientology? Like, sorry to cut you off, but like, how can people look at Scientology and go, "That makes sense"? Like L. Ron Hubbard books
It's
and
the way
all
they
this kind of
What
stuff.
do you think, Sean?
But they looked at Marshall Applewhite and the Heaven's Gate cult and went, "That's insane. That's madness. That guy was out of his mind.
It's a
Oh,
lot.
I can't believe it."
It's
And I'm like,
alive.
They're so
that
long,
guy-
they're so deep, and there's so much money behind it.
Everybody.
I'm like everything.
Scientology's fucked. I get it. It's fucked. I get it. I love the people that are involved with it. There's a lot of good people. I mean, John Travolta, he says, oh my God, put your dick out. I love it. But that's John Travolta, you know?
The history of Scientology is so fucked that it's worse than the origin history of Mormons. That's how bad
you can go
it
and
is.
rest your or do what you have to do. Your excuse if you'd like to leave.
No, I'm good. I'm going to see this coming out.
John
We're going to land this
Travolta, I
plane.
will tell
We're
you.
going to land this plane. Don't worry about it.
I got a friend. I got a
Like,
friend
Sean-
who worked for John Travolta.
Sean, this has gone off the rails. You're free. Your fate and levels are too low. Just run.
I got a friend. I got a friend. He was working on a show. I'll be very indescript about this. Working on a show. Travolta's working on that show. Mr. Scientology. And he's walking around. And he's just kissing people's cheeks. Well, guys'
That's
cheeks.
creepy.
And then my buddy says, who's a guy, he goes, John, no, don't kiss me. And John goes, it doesn't matter. It's not gay. We're on location.
I like that because they're on location.
That's the...
I think it is. I think everyone needs to drink.
Anyways, everybody, let's take a drink, and then we're going to talk about Gal Gadot.
Oh,
Gal
God.
Gadot. So this is a big thing to talk about.
Gal
Gal
Gadot.
Gadot. I know. Gal Gadot is still Wonder Woman, apparently. Gal Gadot is still Wonder Woman because there's a whole thing.
Who else could be Wonder Woman?
Anyone.
I mean, I get that, Jacob, but still, you had James Gunn being like, we're done, we're rebooting, we're changing shit. But Gal Gadot, apparently, even after they threw out Wonder Woman 3, they're going to do a different one, and she is going to be Wonder Woman. And she recently was in an interview, and she was talking to, I think it was like comics.com, and she was like, hey, everybody, I talked to James Gunn, talked to Peter Safran, comic.com, and they are developing a Wonder Woman 3 with this woman, her, being Wonder Woman, which, because she is really fucking good as Wonder Woman. I get it. You think about Shazam canceled, but she's in it. Talk about, Flash canceled, but she's in it. Apparently, I heard there's a rumor she might be in fucking Aquaman, but again, canceled, done. They cut Batman up, right? Maybe they won't cancel her now. Maybe she'll still be in that. But Gal Gadot is still our Wonder Woman, which is fucking crazy to me. But I love it because I think she's a great Wonder Woman. I'm all about it. So I think it makes sense in a lot of ways. But I'm also like, if you say you're canceling everybody, how do you keep her? Sean, I'm gonna go with Sean first because Sean loves
surprise.
all
Let
this.
me tell
What do
you.
you think about this, Sean?
I think it's going to be, I think she's a fantastic Wonder Woman. They haven't really used her well, I would say, previously in the other movies that she's been a part of. Now she's just been like cameos up the yim yam.
A lot of cameos, Sean.
And yeah, Gal Gadot
cameos.
Yeah, that's all she does is do cameos and that fucking Hans Zimmer. And it's just like, oh, there's Gal. There's the Gal now.
Sean, one more time, please.
There you go.
That was for the fans.
That's just for you, Brian. That's just for you. You hold on to that, baby.
I love it.
I'm all for this. I'm all for some level of continuity between what's come before and what's coming next. I think it makes sense for the character. Again, this is all we're doing. It's just conjecture. We don't know anything of what it's going to be. I hope it's not going to be another shitstorm like Wonder Woman 80, whatever the fuck it was called. 84, which was a garbage dumpster fire. Pedro Pascal was all right in it, though.
Pedro Pascal was great in that.
Yeah, I agree. Pedro's the man. And then he holds his anxiety in his chest in all of his pictures. But anyway, I love Gal Gadot. I think DC Universe never used her appropriately. She had a really strong origin movie in the first Wonder Woman movie. And I'm excited to see how this ties into Gods and Monsters, if it even does. This could be a phase 2 for James Gunn, since he didn't even announce it.
It'd be a lot.
Yeah. It would be, but
But
we'll see what happens.
Sean, are you surprised that he would keep her after all this? 'Cause they had the whole thing, right? They had the whole thing where they're like, oh, we're gonna change Wonder Woman, we're gonna change all this. She's not coming back. We canceled Wonder Woman 3. Are you surprised that they're gonna keep him or keep her after all this?
I think Jake had the money on there. I'm gonna call you Jake now, Jacob. I think she's a really good Wonder Woman, and I think it's fair. I think right now if you're trying to mend fences with the fans that you've alienated by saying forget it, we're rebooting everything, and no one's gonna be happy for a long time. This is almost like a little bit of an olive branch to just kind of say, hey, I can make a good decision every once in a while and not totally get everyone upset with me. So excited to see what happens. Excited to see them turn around that franchise, and go for it.
I think it could be good, and I'm happy that she still has it. I think she's a great Wonder Woman, but overall, I'm a little shocked.
Yeah,
Jacob,
very shocked. I don't think anyone
Jacob,
expected this.
Jacob. What do you think, man? Because of what's been going down, what do you think, man? Do you think that Gal Gadot should stay as Wonder Woman?
My only comment is this: as always, I trust James Gunn. But I will say, secondly, that as long as I'm not getting another goddamn origin story, keep her.
Yeah. That's a really good point. That's really good. Yeah.
I bid you adieu.
It's a big
you're
deal,
leaving?
right?
Oh, you're walking. Oh, wait.
I don't think so. I do not think it'll be an origin story, though, Jacob. I think it'll be a multiverse thing, don't you think? Like a multiverse.
I'll take fucking multiverses.
I will take anything as long as it's not an origin story.
If you're rebooting, can we not do a multiverse yet? Can DC get its shit together?
We know who the fuck Wonder Woman is, so we don't need an origin story. We're good.
But I feel like they're
give me a new story tied into the new universe.
If they're going to say it's not the same universe, if they're going to say, oh well, she's here, but we're rebooting, I feel like it's going to be a different universe.
Throw out the old movie,
look,
right?
DC Comics rebooted everything when they did the Flashpoint. They rebooted everything. Green Arrow's a girl, Thor's a girl. Like, it's awesome. They rebooted
it. But
half the shit. Hold on, half the shit that they kept as well. So you still have some superheroes in the new rebooted shit that are the same fucking people. There's no order. It's just a continuation. Their universe was not affected somehow. So I don't see a problem with this. Just do not give me a fucking origin story.
You either need to reboot DC and reboot it, or you need to continue on with what you have. I think this is a terrible idea.
Lexi, that's a big thing, though.
In James Gunn.
They're saying they're rebooting, but they're still bringing Gal Gadot back. And I fucking her name.
First of all,
they're still bringing her back, but they bring Henry Cavill back. They won't.
Her name is Gail now.
It's Gal Gadot.
It's
Gal Gadot.
Get it right.
Not
is it
Gadot?
Gadot?
Ty says she's the best.
I apologize.
Go Bordello.
Best Wonder Woman.
So
go.
But
so first of all,
go.
You say, hey, she's our Wonder Woman.
Coco Melon.
How do you fucking look it up? Because
I always thought she was a terrible Wonder Woman from the get-go. When they initially cast her
Lexi,
as Wonder Woman, I was like, no, she's too short. She's a terrible casting for this role. I don't know why you would ever go with her. Though. I don't care if she's fucking sexy. She's an Amazon. She's not an Amazon. This girl's supposed to be a fucking Amazon. She's not an Amazon. This was a terrible fucking casting from the get-go.
She's 5'10".
This was never. That's terrible casting. I would never fucking go with her.
Just
I don't know who picked her. I don't know why they went with her. I don't know why they ever went with this.
Do you want Shaquille O'Neal to play her?
I wanted anybody but this girl. This was never who I wanted. I had
5'10". That is fucking impressive.
She's like Tom Cruise with heels high.
I could think of
exotic and also fucking good at fucking being what she's supposed to be.
She's a wretched actress. She is terrible at playing this role.
She is fucking
terrible in this This everything about this. She is not Wonder
That's
Woman.
super
This is
rude.
not what I want. As a DC fan, this was never what I wanted as
Where's
a
my
Wonder
fucking
Woman movie.
popcorn right
I'm
now?
like, Jesus Christ, I don't know why they ever thought this was okay.
So offensive.
But sure, go with what you want, do what you're going to do, because you're already dropping the ball on every single one of these fucking DC movies from the get-go. The only DC film that's come out that's been any fucking good is Shazam. So let's just get that straight, because it's the only thing they did
The
right.
first
So
one or
not-
the second one?
The first one,
The
because I
first
haven't
one,
bothered with the
obviously.
second one because I heard so many bad things about it
Second
because they
one's
haven't done anything
fantastic.
right.
Sweet.
So
I
don't-
see
I
Sean
don't-
up there. Sean, what do you think?
What's
There
up,
are-
buddy? What's
There
up,
are
man?
so many things wrong with this universe. They have
Shazam.
gone, oh, let's just jump right into things instead of like actually doing things properly. They needed to do
Listen.
exactly
Hey,
if they're gonna
hey, look,
if they want to
Superman
if they want to
and
do
Batman bonded over their mothers.
Oh, yeah,
Okay?
shut
up.
It's
if they
still-
want to do if they want to do what Marvel is doing and build a universe, they need to give a Flash movie, a Batman movie, a Green Lantern movie, a singleized film for each individual film, and then give you the Justice League film.
Yes.
That's how you
Yes.
fucking do it. Because what you just did was fuck everything up and fail.
I know
You
you
wonder
guys
why
said-
it's not working? Because you went, oh, let's give you the Justice League film before we fucking get to it. Do you know why the fucking Avengers movie is so good? Because you
Shit.
gave me all the establishing films and then gave me a 2-hour slam fest. That movie is great because it's exactly what you want. 2 hours of fucking people beating the shit out of each other. You don't have to fucking deal with anything except going into it and watching 2 hours of beatdown. That's what you fucking want. You don't need
Knock 'em, sock
backstory.
'em
You don't need
robots.
origin story. You don't need anything. But you know what? Let's introduce Cyborg in the fucking movie. Oh, that's a good idea. And then, oh, by the way, he's not a fucking character that I want to see as a fucking Justice League character. You're jumping the gun. I want OG
Friend is
Justice
in the
League.
Snyder
I don't want this modern
first.
Justice League.
Where's
You're
the
fucking
Green
jumping the
Lantern?
gun. He's a Teen Titan, you fuckers. I don't like this modern shit. You give me a Teen Titans movie, and then you give me fucking Cyborg. I would love a Teen Titans movie. I would love a
Oh,
proper
fuck
Teen
that.
Titans movie. But you're not going to give me a fucking Teen Titans movie. You're going to fucking jump the gun on shit. So, okay, fine. Let's keep jumping the gun on shit. Let's not give any of the fans
Titans.
anything that they want. The only thing that's been done so far that's any good is that fucking Suicide Squad movie that James Gunn did. And that tells me, hey, James Gunn should have been running the show from the fucking get-go. And I
Now
love
he
that he's
is.
looking
Well,
at it and
Lexi,
going,
now he
R,
is.
R,
So
R,
you trust
yes.
in James
Because
Gunn.
DC going R has been great. Watching DC take the R route has been great from the get-go because DC was always the G fun and fucking Marvel was R. And it's like
G
weird to
fun?
watch Marvel go, hey, we're going to go PG with all of our movies, even though we were always the R people. And DC is like, hey, you know what? We were always the PG people, but sure, let's go fucking R with all of our movies and
Change
shit.
the scenery. I'm cool with that.
Sean has a comment. Sean, what do you think about what Lexi just said?
No, I was trying to high five you earlier. Listen, Lexi, fantastic feedback. Great ideas all around.
Destroy her, Sean.
No,
Destroy
that's
her.
not what I do, Jacob. That's not what I do. All right.
Then why are you here?
Yeah, I'm not here to blow anyone up. Like, I completely agree with you. DC was ruined from the get-go because they tried to
yeah.
jumpstart and do a universe, way too quickly.
And I just want to
because
say,
they were
I don't
trying-
want to cut you off real
No.
quick, but like Marvel,
No, Lexi.
No,
this
no,
is
but-
my
but-
fucking-
but hold on.
my
Marvel's
name.
casting-
Wait. We have to.
Marvel's
because the
when
comments
Marvel-
get fun.
But when Marvel cast all of their individualized heroes, their casting was flawless. Iron Man, flawless. Thor, flawless. All of their castings for their characters, fucking on it. Flawless. I was amazed. I was amazed at that. So why is it DC cannot get their fucking castings right at all? Flash, terrible casting. Cyborg, terrible casting. Superman,
Yeah.
terrible casting.
Flash is Spider-Man. It's weird.
Fucking Harley Quinn is the only thing they've gotten right. And I loved their Batman. Ben Affleck was the best Batman. Hands down.
Oh, I mean, maybe not. Listen, again, like I'm trying to say, completely agree with you. They tried to do too much because they were playing to catch up with Marvel. They never should have done that, but they had to because the money was on the table.
Oh, fuck
We
the
haven't
money.
seen.
Do it
You
right.
can't. You can't do that.
Do
You
it
can't say,
right.
Fuck the money. It
Do
doesn't
it
matter.
right.
We haven't seen anything come out of Gunn yet. This is so early, and there's so much speculation. We're still wrapping up the
Choose your wording
vestiges
right.
of this old fucking, like this old universe. We have to let these things marinate. We have to let them come out, and then kind of have it.
Marinate on what's coming out of Gun.
Exactly. Yes.
Trust the gun.
Yes, I'm gonna look right past that. All I'm saying is, give the man some time. Let him execute his vision, and we will judge
I
that
fully believe
based
in
on what
Gunn.
we can kind of see.
I fully
Yes,
believe in him.
I think he's going to do fantastic things for
Suicide
DC.
Squad was the Suicide Squad that he did was so on point. I got Starro. I got a movie with fucking Starro. Yeah, I love
It's
Starro. Peacekeeper
Starro.
was great.
It's
Starro.
fucking Starro, Lexi.
I'm so sorry. He's great. And he's one of my favorite villains. He's so good. But seriously, I didn't think I'd ever see that in a movie. So I'm like, Gunn's gonna pull shit from DC that you're not gonna expect to see. You know what I mean? And that's what I really like is that he's gonna, because DC's weird, and if you can pull into that weird side of DC. Give me a Superman movie where he fights Mr. Multiplex.
There's 3 Green Lanterns.
I want a Superman. I want a Superman
Ryan
film
Reynolds?
with Mr. Multiplex. Mr. Multiplex. That's the kind of shit that I want to see. But I feel like James Gunn would give me Mr. Multiplex. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of shit that I think would happen. I feel like he's the kind of guy that's going to give me that side of DC. Or when he gives Green Lantern, he's going to give me that fucking guy who sprays the gold shit on Green Lantern to kill him and that kind of stuff. That's what I think is going to come from that. So I want more of that.
It's been announced, by the way, he is redoing Green Lantern, and guess who Green Lantern is? Nathan fucking Fillion.
No, he needs to go with the Black Green Lantern.
Hold on a second. We covered this already. All right.
But I'm not mad at Nathan Fillion. That's a good casting.
Nathan Fillion is playing a Green Lantern, not the Green Lantern.
Oh,
He is playing. You're welcome, Sabrina. He is playing Guy Gardner. Which is going to be really fucking great.
That's great. Oh,
what he has said.
That's totally different.
Your only mistake is thinking that the Green Lantern is just
no.
When I say the Green Lantern, it means all.
Yo, Guy Gardner's garbage. He's great. That's fantastic. I love that he's playing him because he's such a piece of shit.
It's gonna be great.
All right, land this plane, Brian.
Brian's gone.
We lost
Brian's
gone.
Gone.
The ship's just twisting out of the sky.
Did he pass out?
Maybe.
Hold on. We can't hear Sabrina.
Sabrina, start writing on paper and then put the paper to the camera.
It's a shame Constantine couldn't have been corrected. I hear they're doing another Constantine with
you know who did Constantine right? CW, surprisingly.
What's his name?
CW
is coming back.
They do DC right. CW nails it. Yeah. I love it. I love it, Sabrina. I agree.
Fuck. That's great.
No, I mean there's a slate of this last universe, the death throes of the universe. For DC, we've got Blue Beetle coming up. We got Aquaman.
Blue Beetle looks excellent, and
Blue Beetle looks fantastic. I will say this:
there are character problems, little nitpicks. I can be it's supposed to be a sentient being. It's not supposed to be a living thing. It's not supposed to be the way they're doing it. But it's the thing that looks as close to the character as possible, and visually it looks dead on. And I'm it's nice to see a Hispanic character finally being brought into things.
Yeah, I want to address what you mentioned too about Cyborg being in Justice League and that not really working out for you. That when you look at the comics at the time that the Justice League movies were coming, they were pushing
fucking EV mucks.
Sorry, buddy. They were pushing Cyborg as a core member of the Justice League in the comic books. And so that was why they focused on that. It was a whole new kind of wave for I think it was the new 52. Yeah, of course they were rushing it. But again, it was all about shit. Marvel kind of caught us with our pants on our ankles here. They've had a 10-year, 10 movie, 10 whatever franchises ahead of us. We have to do something, and it's kind of fucked. What is happening now too?
Super fucked.
What is happening now is, which is really interesting because of all the strikes and nothing really happening. We're getting more and more leaks about what Snyder's original plan was going to be and how that was going to work into it. And if we really were able to get this, and he had a quadrilogy for Justice League, and then that whole thing was going to get rebooted.
I hate Zack Snyder as a director as well, and so him
Not
being
surprised.
involved
Well,
in all of that stuff, like
his cut
I
was
was-
way better than fucking Joss Whedon, the fucking pedophile.
It's true.
I
So
agree
much
with
better.
you about the JLA, the Justice League cut that he did. It was better. I agree with you on that. But like, I just don't like. I think he's a music video director, and I just don't think he's built for a lot of this stuff. And I would have liked to see better director for a lot of this stuff. Like, he's just not suited for a lot of like what they're trying to do.
I'm just happy Gal Gadot, so good. I'm happy she's coming back, but it makes me wonder about everybody else, like fucking Henry Cavill and is Aquaman gonna come back?
No.
It's not gonna happen.
No.
It's not
No.
gonna happen.
I don't know why the fuck this is happening. Honestly, it like goes against everything that they said.
Henry Cavill
Like,
was
so
only
you gotta
visually
keep us on our
appealing
fucking
though.
toes.
He only
Yeah.
worked on a
Wasn't even
visual
visually
scale.
appealing.
He was a terrible
shit.
actor
No, dude.
though. Like he
He's not
didn't
even
work.
visually
Well,
appealing. He's brooding.
Zack Snyder's
He's brooding fucking Superman. He's nothing like fucking Christopher Reeve played him. He's nothing like the comics play him. The whole thing about playing a fucking superhero, which no one seems to get to their fucking head, is that you're two different people. You're
Right.
a person in the real world, and you're a fucking superhero. So if you can't be two different people, you can't play the part. Fucking
I think-
Robert Pattinson.
I think what's
fucking
also
George
missing-
fucking Clooney.
oh shit!
fucking-
Shots fired.
What?
What's-
What?
No, I agree, Sabrina. Tell him.
What's also missing with Superman is that Superman is supposed to be charismatic and like positive. Like he's
No,
a
A
positive
ray of hope.
character.
A ray of
Like,
hope.
You
don't-
don't like moody Superman?
You don't make a dark, brooding Superman film. Like the whole
He
point.
makes-
You make
Robert
the
Pattinson
Batman
happy.
versus Superman works because it's
Ray of hope.
brooding Bruce Wayne against like lighthearted Superman. Like they have a dynamic that works. Like
He's
that's
not
why.
like Superman.
But like that. But
He's
that's what I'm
angry
saying. Like
Superman.
that's why
Okay,
Superman
angry.
and Batman always work together. Is
She's
because
also terrible casting for Lois Lane.
That's what she said. She's saying it sucked as a
It's-
movie
it's-
because
it
they
sucks.
didn't get the dynamic right.
yeah,
The
it's a
animated
buddy.
series is more buddy because
It's a-
Superman is lighthearted.
You got to look at it like a buddy
dick.
flick,
And then
right?
the
Like
new movie that came out by
But
Zack
that's-
Snyder, they're both
one's
actors.
all-
the
it's all
up and one's the
fucked up,
down,
though.
right? Like one's the positive and one's the negative. Like one's got to be fun and one's got to be like a
It's all
downer,
fucked
right?
up.
That's what makes them work together. So it's like Batman and Superman work together because
But Batman also
one's an
is
upper and
like
one's a downer.
Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne is a public figure who is well liked by everyone and a super rich fucking dude. And if you can't have a different Bruce Wayne and you have a fucking Batman, there's a fucking problem. Okay, same thing with Superman. By the way, we're not talking about either of these things. We're talking about Wonder Woman, who is fucking Gal Gadot, and fucking. I think I'm sorry to be disagree with you, but I think she did a great fucking job playing
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, and
Yeah,
I'm
bring it
glad
back.
that she has a fucking job again.
She
And,
sucked in
you
the
know,
Fast and the Furious.
Also, what she
Yeah,
does
it's a Fast and Furious, yeah.
Absolutely, you're correct.
Drink.
Also, she died and came back. They play that as an actor.
Anyways, everybody.
Oh, okay, good. Cut me off. Perfect.
No,
Yep.
get in there, Spring.
Nope, I'm done. I'm done. Apparently, the show's done. Brian, wrap it up. Let's go. Tell your kids, hide your wife. Tell your fucking Frank, the cat, whatever the fuck. Go for it.
I love drunk.
Anyways, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We're sorry about the problems tonight. Again, we're changing platforms. Fuck these people. We love them, but they can fucking suck my jag on. The problem is as Sabrina said, she's a great Wonder Woman, but if you're saying rebooting, reboot and be done with it, and don't fucking pull people out. Reboot, and we're not doing that anymore. And Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, so great for her. I love her. She's great. Like Sabrina loves her. She's fucking great. But it's a new day. It's a new time. And James Gunn, I love you, James Gunn, but I don't know if it's gonna work out the way you want to. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, everybody, thank you so much for being here tonight. It's been a long night, long show. It's our first time doing a long drunk Friday.
No, definitely not our first time doing a long drink.
Well, no, the new platform. We always drink a lot on Fridays. We do, yes, But thank you all for being here as always. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. And what was that?
We're total dicks to
being
Sabrina.
here. We're having a very good long.
I'm a little drunk. I'm sorry. I'm a little drunk. I'm now in slow-mo mode. Sean, thank you for being here on Friday. Appreciate you for the very first time. Sean Sutherland.
I predict that. Thank you, Sean.
Appreciate you. You're gentleman and
Okay,
scholar.
Sabrina. No, yeah, happy to be here as always. Lovely to see some familiar and friendly faces. Thank you, Jacob. Very nice to meet you, Lexi. Great to see you as always. Sabrina and
As
Brian.
always.
Love you guys. So thank you guys. Yeah.
Jacob is a master and a scholar at his goods and needs and his fucking job. So I'm so happy he's here.
Okay.
You can.
Do you mean Sean?
I said Jacob or Sean. I said Sean. I'm
my
drunk.
name, but
Sean,
You said Jacob.
Sean,
but
I'm
sure.
sorry,
I
Sean.
will
Sure.
take Sean's
Definitely
compliment for
shipping.
myself.
So
I'm always wrong.
Yeah.
Jacob Rolland. IPA actually, I should probably ask Leslie. Whatever. Fucking IPA
yeah.
sessions. Check it out. Check it out.
Don't
Check
forget to
IPA
listen to
Sessions podcast.
IPA sessions.
Yeah,
There's
check
yours.
out.
Get into it.
Check
Love
me
it.
out on
Hearted.
Cinema Demori.
Scroll it.
I'm on
Give it a
Cinema
good-
Demori. We're doing
Before we
spaghetti
leave,
western.
You gotta talk like a
And,
Canadian.
Lexi,
You're not-
plug IPA for me.
You got too much accent,
Sean.
That's
John.
happening.
Sean.
Where's
Fuck
your Canadian
scrolls.
accent? Come on.
I don't know how to talk
Fuck
Canadian.
scrolls. Fuck the scrolls. That's all I'm gonna say before we leave. Fuck the scrolls. They can suck everyone's jag on. They can stick it in or out or around their mouth, and they can suck it. Anyways,
Tell Sabrina that she's wonderful and that her hair looks beautiful.
And,
Sabrina Vittori, thank you so much for being my lovely co-host as always, looking sexy and hot and ready to. Anyways,
Oh
everybody.
my god, that was
I
a
will
fail.
say, Sabrina, I'm sorry that you're cut off so much. The
drunk.
audio is
Somebody is
so
sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Somebody's
Yeah, I hear
fate
you.
levels are
I hear you.
going
It's
to.
just
Everybody hear you.
unfortunately,
Everybody
the
hear you.
audio cuts in and out, and I'm so sorry that we
Oh,
cut
great.
over you.
Yeah. That's amazing. I'm amazing.
Sabrina looks fucking fantastic as
You do
always.
look fantastic.
You do.
As
We're
she
gonna
pops into
talk
cruise
about-
control,
I don't even
kicking
know women.
ass.
I don't have anything to do with it.
And also the most
We're just
intelligent
giving you
human
compliments
being
like dickheads.
in a woman's life,
But it had nothing to do with you.
or man, or fucking person, place, or thing.
This was a great episode. I love this.
Lexi,
There's another noun, everyone.
thank you for being here as always.
It is
I'm
always
slowing
a
down as I
pleasure.
talk.
See, you guys left me off
again-
for like so long, and I was like, they're gonna bring me back, and then they're gonna bring me back on a drunk Friday, and it's gonna turn into this, and they're not gonna have me back again.
We'll see you in 2 months on the next Drunk Friday in 2 months.
Always back, always back. And all our friends out there. And we'll say, friends of the show, because it's countrymen,
Countrymen.
countrywomen,
God.
country fucking people, places, or things.
This is definitely
We
a drunk
appreciate
Friday.
you. You are always a friend of the show.
You just put Jacob on, but
And as always, hold on.
are you
There's
supposed
a,
to go to you?
The wheels are
Oh my
coming
God.
off.
Hey,
What are you
give
two-
me a
what is
break.
going on?
I got a tinkle so bad.
Oh my god.
Take my shirt off.
Ryan's stripping.
Like,
The
what
Drunk
the fuck
Friday
is
of
happening?
stripping. Yeah! let's
Oh,
do
okay.
it.
Shirtless
So it's Friday,
Friday.
everybody.
Oh, God.
That
All
is
right.
not.
Oh my
that
God.
is
Hey, your
not
friends, your
a
family, your
chocolate
uncles, your
just
aunts, your cousin, all those fucking assholes that don't
Do you want-
watch us
do you
and
want me to take my
subscribe.
shirt off?
Subscribe to
Is that what I'm
Kruse
supposed to
Control because we love you so much. Those chinchillas,
'Cause you
they're
know I will.
douchebags. They're always douchebags. All those people are assholes. I went too far. And as always, everybody, have a great night. And I don't know what the fuck. I fucking lost my fucking.
Raccoon in the garbage and the
That fucking raccoon and the nipples with the
The
people.
chinchillas and
You
the.
can.
Jesus
Sean's
Christ.
never coming back. And as always, everybody, have a great night and see ya. Fuck
Sean's-
yeah.
Sean's gonna bring 2 beers next time.